Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to see a house full sometime. Good to see a house full sometime. Welcome to the Liberty County Board of Commissioners, first Tuesday meeting. Just for your information, we also meet on third Thursday at 5 o'clock. And of course, all of our meetings are live streamed. We certainly invite the public to either watch us live stream or to come sit in and just kind of get a view of what's going on from this side. There's nothing better than being close to it so you have a better understanding of how county works. I spoke with a group on, whatever day it was, Monday, leadership group. And in fact, the feedback from them was they were not aware at all of our processes. People think you can just jump and do things you can't do. They were just in government. And they learned too, the government doesn't move fast. It takes time to get things done, but it does move. It does move.
Like a Model T.
It does move. So good to have you all here, Mr. Has the meeting been properly advertised?
Yes, sir.
All right. Bishop Page, will you please come? Bishop Kidman Page, Emmanuel Christian Center, will you please come and lead us on the invocation? If we will stand, please, for the invocation and the pledge.
Let us pray. Most holy and righteous God, we come to you today. Thank you for this day. We thank you for the county commissioners and all the assistants to the board. We pray for their families. We ask you for the wisdom and guidance as they conduct this meeting. Give them a clear mind and sound judgment on the community issues. We pray that the commissioners act as good shepherds who protect and care for the residents with equality. We ask for peaceful communities and support for their families of all our public servants. We even, God, pray for our students as they begin this school year. It's in Jesus' name we do pray and give you praise. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I held it down by myself. Don't worry.
Thank you, Bishop Page. Good to have you, sir. Thank you for being committed to doing that for us. And thank you for the prayers to cover us. And, of course, our school children who started back today. I went to one of the day ones, and it's interesting. But we pray for them all. All right. Commissioners, let's see. I do know that Commissioner Gillard said he may be on the way. I haven't heard from Commissioner Walden. Sometimes he calls him, but I haven't heard from him today. Okay. We're still praying for him for his recovery. July 26 meeting minutes need to be approved by you, commissioners.
Don't move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion second, we approve the minutes for, let me get the dates right, July 7th. That's right, we only had one meeting. Did y'all miss it? The one meeting? We didn't have a meeting last night.
No, we did not.
I miss y'all.
A motion and a second to approve the July 7th minute. Any further discussion? There be none, all in favor, show of hands, please. All right, those minutes are approved. Thank you, commissioners. A proclamation for Dr. Mary W. Murray. She's in the house. Good to see you. Who's on normally he reads it, but somebody generally comes and give us a little lead into it. Is that you, Dr. White? Are you the leading man?
Good afternoon, commissioners and those that are present. We are here to honor Dr. Mary W. Murray for 44 years of active educational services to our students on Fort Stewart and beyond. She has been a blessing not only to the student body at Fort Stewart, but she's also been a blessing to this community. Because one thing about it, those students that are over on Fort Stewart, when they graduate out of middle school, they're coming over to our community, either Bradwell or they're coming over to Liberty County High School. So it is an honor that she has just recently retired from 44 years, and we just wanted to honor her as
That's a double four?
Yeah, double four. As we prepare to really honor her in a celebration on this coming Saturday, her retirement ceremony. So that's why we are here on this afternoon to have a proclamation from the Board of Commissioners in order to be able to present that to her on Saturday. Thank you.
All right, stay right there. Mr. Mosley. Dr. Murray, will you please come stand next to Mr. White? Yeah. And Yeah, come on,
Thank you, I appreciate that.
come on. These kind of things only happen once in a lifetime sometimes.
Just a little bit
All
taller.
right,
Proclamation. A proclamation honoring Dr. Mary W. Murray for extraordinary contributions to education, leadership, and youth empowerment. Whereas Dr. Mary W. Murray has devoted her professional life to advancing education, developing future leaders, and empowering students through teaching, mentorship, scholarship, and service. And whereas Dr. Murray faithfully served as the official academic dean of the National Collegiate Music Conference, headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina, providing academic leadership and guidance to more than 1,000 high school and college students nationwide each year, inspiring academic excellence and personal achievement. Whereas Dr. Murray has demonstrated exceptional leadership in higher education, serving as adjunct dean at Jacksonville Theological Seminary from 1998 through 2008, where she authored and developed the course Effective Communication, which continues to prepare students with the communication skills essential for leadership and professional success. And whereas Dr. Murray has further distinguished herself as a proctor for Liberty University, an adjunct professor for Union Institute University, and an accounting instructor at Savannah Technical College, sharing her knowledge and expertise with students pursuing higher education and career advancement. And whereas Dr. Murray has further distinguished career education spans more than 4 decades, including 37 years as a teacher with Department of Defense Education Activity Schools, 4 years in public school system, and 3 years as Director of Child Development Services in Mahon, Germany, positively impacting thousands of students, families, and educators around the world. And whereas, in recognition of her exceptional leadership, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to academic excellence, Dr. Murray was honored as the 2013-2014 Teacher of the Year at Diamond Elementary School, Fort Stewart, by the Department of Defense Schools. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Liberty County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes and honor Dr. Mary W. Murray for her extraordinary lifetime of service to education, her unwavering commitment to youth development, her leadership in higher education, and her tireless efforts to proclaim scholastic opportunities and empower young women to achieve their academic dreams. Be it further resolved that the Liberty County Board of Commissioners extend its sincerest gratitude and appreciation to Dr. Mary W. Murray for her remarkable contributions to the citizens of Liberty County, the state of Georgia, and communities throughout the nation, and wish her continued health, success, and many more years of impactful service. In witness thereof, I hereto have set my hand and caused the seal of Liberty County, Georgia, to be affixed this 4th day of August in the year 2026. Donald L. Lovett, Chairman.
now, we'll do a photo op, Dr. Murray, but first you greet us in your own way.
Y'all making me talk. It's all good. I want to say thank you so much for your for the opportunity to serve Liberty County. I do consider Liberty County, Fort Stewart, Liberty County, and I also have taught in Liberty County as well. And this is my son, Larry. And it's been a privilege and it's been an honor to serve and to educate children and students that are now professionals in their own right. Some principals, some doctors, some are lawyers, some are nurses, some are police officers. And if one pulled me over, and they're like, "That's you, Dr. Murray?" Yes, it's me. But never mind, y'all figure out how that. But I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity because it's my service. After moving back here from Germany with my husband and I, serving in Mannheim, Germany for 6 years, still educating and directing other people to do what is necessary to do to make sure that they're getting the skills that they need. I want to say thank you to the commissioners for this opportunity. Thank you.
Yes.
Commissioners want to say thank you.
Thank you,
I
yes.
tell everyone, not only did you all make Liberty County your home, but you've been involved, giving back, so we appreciate that. You all make Liberty County a better place. Now, Jim, you got to come around.
Junior, come around. Okay. Come around, Junior.
Yeah, y'all come on up to the podium.
Come around, Junior.
How you doing, sir? Everything's well?
Appreciate it.
Stop. Everything.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Murray, your place is
Thank you,
right here.
Doctor. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You can hold on to that with me and look at those. Can we see everybody, guys? Everybody good? Give her another hand. Long life of
Thank you.
good health and prosperity. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
44 years.
Man.
You better look 44.
Yeah.
All right, we have an exciting project happening in Liberty County in the Walthallville area. That some of us are witnessing the progress of it. So the city of Walthallville had I would say, not an in-service, but a briefing did. So I said, well, it's a county project, bring them to the county so we can hear about the progress on Independence Parkway. So Mr. Tim McCauley and Roger Dewar are coming to present on Independence Parkway Phase 1.
I can't follow that.
How about 30 years?
Project's going great, on schedule, way over budget, like everything. Government nowadays, still anticipate completion now December of 27 instead of October, end of October. So had a few changes, just building through a swamp is an experience. And job looks great. Very proud of it. Department of Transportation seems to be, they told me it's a poster project for erosion control and prevention and construction progress. So as project manager for Atlas, I take that as an honor, but as long as I keep my bosses happy, I'm doing good. So the project's going great. I brought you a set of the final marking and signing plans if it would be something any of your constituents had any questions for y'all that maybe you could have something to refer to. Final, when everything's done, what the signing and marking.
If you'd be so kind as to send this to that gentleman electronically.
Ma'am?
Can you send this to that gentleman electronically? Email it to him, so we'll have a digital
Okay,
copy.
I sure can.
Digital copy of that, okay. Tell me about Griffin Road. I read that.
What does anybody have any questions they'd like to know, or can I answer?
You had to close off Griffin Road. Tell us about that.
What?
You had to close off Griffin Road.
Griffin Road, okay, that's part of the construction that was in the original plans where cul-de-sacs on each side, which is gonna limit, no through crossing over the new roadway. Everybody will have to go down to Carter Road to access,
Okay.
which is far out of
No,
their
it's
way.
not
But
far, yeah.
we had to utilize Griffin to close Carter here a month and a half ago. We got Carter, everything's done on it except final surfacing, curb and gutters in. Utilities have been a challenge, but it's part of the business. And Trent Long has been a blessing to our project on what he contributes, his knowledge and his team coming out and helping and providing us information on locations of plans of where they think that everything's supposed to be. But we've had some issues with utilities, but overcame them so far. Bridge is, we should pour our first deck middle August. So that's progressing nicely. Had a lot of changes and a lot of money spent on foundations changes because of building through a swamp.
We had no data, for the areas, challenge as well, figuring out our footers and things like that.
I have a great contractor, Reeves Construction, who just has been a blessing to have a good contractor. DOT's gave me a good team to do the inspection work. And one of my young guys lives here in Liberty County, so guy working with us.
Mr. Long,
Trent?
you know, this gentleman, when you say you ran into the issues with the foundation, Trent told us it's gonna be the longest bridge in Liberty County that you're building. So my point is there something from this project that we can learn so we don't have the same problem with phase two? Okay, it's gonna even more wetlands and,
Yes and no. The hardest part with the wetlands where they are now is there was really no access. There was no way to get any kind of boring equipment or any kind of equipment to test before they got clearing and before they did something they could stand on to get to the next one. So it's very difficult to get any of that stuff designed by, so it's very difficult to do. Now, in this next phase, depending on how the scoping goes, you know, where the route ends up, we may or may not have the same scenario. Now, we'll definitely have a bridge, because that's not good now. But I doubt very seriously we're gonna have a bridge quite this long, because this bridge is over a swamp, and it bridges over railroad, so it's quite an expanse that it's gotta go across. So I hope that we don't run into the problem. We could run into the same kind of schools.
the issue with utilities is just location.
Location, location, location.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of the stuff that was put in 20-plus years ago or 30-plus years ago, and, you know, the records are not there, or the institutional knowledge of the people not knowing where things are, or not knowing what sizes things are. It's really difficult to, you know, especially when you don't have record drawings or anything to fall back on, and then the guys that installed it all are, you know, have retired or gone or moved on, so, you know, it's a challenge, real challenge.
Trent, Chair, while you standing there, you probably heard this before coming from me. You were working with them on 119 all the way throughout, right?
Yes, sir.
And you know, have we not seeked any additional way of widening 119?
So that'll be a different project. So,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So what we've been doing is consistently requesting from.
We have
you know,
DOT.
DOT, board members, actually, we've been requesting, every politician can.
Yeah.
When we have our books of projects we like, one of those is add some passing lanes on 119, especially between these crossroads and this project. And right now, it's really getting crowded, and you really can't get around anybody if somebody's going slow. You're stuck. So it's just a lot of road rage.
Because actually, they will get out there and run past the school bus that stopped. And that's making it real dangerous.
Chief Hagan told me they're gonna install cameras on the school buses.
Okay.
So it will take your picture if you go.
Okay.
So December of 27. Okay, all right.
One other question for him. Chairman, explain Tibbet Road to me. When you come off of Dunleavy and you go in front of Bakerton Church, when you get up there, how's that going?
Coming off Dunleavy, you'll still be able to go cross Tibbet in front of Baconton Church and then and continue.
So there will be a stop sign there.
Yeah. And then four-way, right? And then, now there's a portion of 119 that's gonna be totally removed past the housing development. On the left, taking it out, putting cul-de-sacs so people when they miss the turn, they can turn around. But everything coming up from Riceboro is gonna come down the new roadway to Tibbet Road and have to make a left or a right. Now, to get to Riceboro off of Dunleavy, you'll have to go through the four-way and then make a left onto Tibbet. And, I think some of those final marking and sign plans will clarify a lot of that.
Okay. All right.
Mountain ride, take you for a ride and let you see it all.
Okay.
I'll take you up on that. Any other questions for these gentlemen? that project is very special to us. It's our first bypass, you know? And of course, with the traffic that we have now going through our community, we're looking for anything to help to relieve that, because that's just a part of it. We got phase one is what you're all doing. We got to work toward getting phase two done, so it's a complete bypass for some of the traffic going through here. Yeah. Yeah. All right,
All right.
Miss, y'all good?
Time.
Thank you.
If you'd like to come out, right?
Okay.
I know Mr. Long.
Okay, all right, okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Some of you, Mr. Murray.
Good evening, Board of Commissioners. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Larry Murray here, youth coordinator for Liberty County. Under the leadership of Mr. Joseph Mosley for 7 years. I've been doing this for 8 years now, under the leadership of Mr. Joseph Mosley for 7 years, and Ms. Lemisha Hunter for year one. I mean, this is her first year, so we've been working well together. She's been pushing me as well, too, so to take this thing to another level. And so, really quick, I just want to thank y'all for acknowledging my mom, giving her proclamation. I didn't realize that we were going to be in the same building today. We were at breakfast today talking about it, but I didn't realize we were going to be here together. So we walked up here today. So I thought it was pretty cool. So shout out to my mom for years of education.
Be on your best behavior.
Oh yeah. I'm always on my best behavior. She had no issues at me. She never had any issues at me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's the reason why I'm even doing these things today. So I thank her for the push, and I just thank the community for backing it up. All right, so I'm here today to present some certificates for our Summer Youth Employment Program from this year, and we just want to thank everybody that participated this year in helping out and taking an intern, because that means a lot. They were able to grow, they enjoyed themselves, and they're looking to come back next year. All of them want to come back, but I know that means we got to try to figure out some way to make it happen. All right, so first we got Tax Commissioner's Office right here. Tax Commissioners, y'all here today. We want to present you with the certificate. Y'all come on, y'all take the certificate. We have elections and voters registration. They're here as well too. Thank y'all again. Thank y'all so much. EMA here.
Mr. Murray, let them all stand
Yeah,
like
they
we
can
do.
come, y'all can all come.
And then we'll come down after everybody gets their certificate. Y'all just make there you go. Look at the camera.
Assessor's office. Assessor's not here. IT. Yeah, IT too.
Oh, yeah, he's ready. Look at him. Look at him.
Good today.
Look at him. He's ready today. I was wondering why he had on that tie.
I love it. Keep Liberty Beautiful. Yes, she's here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Recreation Department. I think I'm about to say I saw him. Yep.
Come on.
Finance Department. Magistrate Court.
Nope.
You don't want to stand next to yourself?
Chamber of Commerce.
Probably had some other meeting.
DIP office. Air Communications. Y'all, this just shows that we had a lot of support here, y'all. They're not here, but it's okay. DA office, District Attorney. Diversity Health Center. No, she's not here. Hinesville Housing Authority.
No.
UGA Extensions Office, 4H. No, I don't think I saw her. Child Support Services. Oh, we had a lot of help this year. City of Flemington. City of Midway. No, City of Midway. City of Walthamville.
Yay.
In the house.
All right, had two.
They all enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They wined and dined to turn it there.
Record Center. Yep, Record Center. Oh yeah. She said that that's the best intern that she's ever had. So that was amazing to hear. So you put it for next year. Yeah. All right, so that's all the recognitions for our mentor for our summer employment program. So I guess we're gonna take a picture right now.
Let's come down, commissioners, and join this auspicious group. Look at the red. My arm's not warming up. Some help, bud?
pull one of these like to the side.
There we go.
There we go. And then I look this way. One, two.
Old tonight for you.
You want me to start off with you? You got it? Okay. Sorry.
We thank all of them for making an investment in our young people. We look for the fruit thereof.
Barely.
Youth Services update, Ms. Hunter and Ms. Yeah, here he is.
Chairman, Commissioners, we would like to do our annual youth services update for Liberty County Youth Commission and the Summer Youth Enrichment Employment Program. And I just want to say, as my first year working with the program, I think it has been a huge success. One thing that we need to mention about the Summer Employment Program, we had more mentors than we had students this year.
Wow.
And so that is a win.
Yeah.
And so we're excited about more participation. We had, we could not even place the number of students that some of the mentors wanted. Some asked for as many as 4. And so we were able to do 3 for some, but numerous, and so if you were able to attend the graduation, you saw that they did real work. They put in real work this summer. And so I just wanted to, again, thank everyone for their support, thank everyone for their participation, and we look forward to kicking off a brand new year. And I turn the presentation over to Mr. Murray, and I just wanted to acknowledge him for all the hard work that he has been putting in and efforts made to take the program to the next level.
Thank you, Mr. Murray.
All right, so I'm going to be brief. Summer employment program, we go ahead and go. We got a clicker? Okay, I got a clicker. All right, there we go. All right, so our summer employment program overview. All right, so our mission is to provide summer employment opportunities for local youth ages 14 to 18. All right, so our goals include skill development, workforce experience, and community engagement. And the program runs annually each summer since 2016. All right, partnered with multiple county departments. So, like again, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for supporting us this year. All right, so our 2024 season. So we were able to come up with some data that we can present to you all from 2024 to 2026. All right, so 2024, we launched and expanded partnerships with county departments and served 23 students and participants across 12 work sites. All right, so that's when we started off. I mean, that's back in 2024. We introduced structured workshops on workplace etiquette and professional development. And in 2025, we grew enrollment by 27 participants. We added SMART goals and envisioning workshops, team building activities, and enhanced facilitator training. So we invited more facilitators to come and help us out when they come in on Mondays for their training. And we strengthen community engagement through guest speakers. So we bring in guest speakers such as 4-H and different people in finance to come teach us different things like that to help them grow. And then jumping to 2026, this year right here, we were able to serve 29 youth. And we had new initiatives. So we included leadership cohorts, project-based learning, and expanding partnerships with local businesses and nonprofits. So we were able to have more support, like Ms. Hunter said, we were to have more support this year, and well, we had more mentors than students this year. So that was amazing. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so here's the data right here. We have applications have grown steadily. So everybody's hearing about it, and when we started off in not when we started off, but in 2024, we were at we grew by 23 applications. So we had 35 applications, and we grew it by 23. Let me make sure I said that right. Yeah, we had 35 in 2024 to 74. Yeah, so we grew to 74 applications in 2026. So from 2024 to 2026, we went from 35 to 74. There we go. And that shows that youth need something to do. You know, they need training. They want to they actually, in the interview process, they wanted to get a job. They wanted to get out the house. You know what I mean? Some of them, they said their parents made them, but, I mean, but they got something from it. They really did. I mean, they came in here and they was excited about each thing that we have from each day. All right? All right, so interns by age. All right, so age 15 is the largest at 26%. And then while ages 14 and 17 are equal, represented at 23% each, age 16 accounts for 20%, and age 18 is the smallest group at 8%. All right, so that's reflecting diverse participation across all eligible ages. So, like we said, from 14 to 17. So, and I believe, yeah, we went from 14 to 18. So we even had two 18-year-olds that participated in the program as well too. So they were able to come in. Matter of fact, we had a guy that he participated for 5 years with us. So yeah, so he wanted to come each year. So even though he had other jobs, he was still coming in here getting that training from us as well too. So he still deemed this as very important to him. Now, interns by gender. Now, female interns represent 65 program participants, while males interns make up 35%. So this highlights strong female participation, and that reflects the program's inclusive outreach across Liberty County. All right, so some key program insights. So we had a steady increase, like we mentioned before, we had a steady increase in applicant interest from 2024 to 2026. We had a consistent hiring aligned with program capacity. Balanced age distribution ensures wide youth engagement, strong female representation, reflecting inclusive outreach, and then growing community support for youth development. So these are our key program insights right here for our summer employment program. And then now we're going to jump into our Liberty County Youth Commission. All right, so this is our impact and growth report right here from 2024 to 2026. All right, so with our Liberty County Youth Commission, in 2024, we had 12 participants. So that was we had 8 young ladies and 4 young men. And that grew, as you can see by the chart right here. So in 2025, we went up by 4 participants. So we had 16 participants, 14 young ladies. It grew. They just started coming in. You know, the word started getting out. We started doing a little bit more outreach, and we have 14 young ladies and 2 young men. And then in 2026, we grew a little bit more, as you guys can see right here. In 2025, we grew by 33%, and then in 2026, we had 17 participants, 15 young ladies, and then 2 young men. So we trying to get the young men up in here. You know, we trying to get them enrolled in here. And then so this shows that participation grew by 41% since 2024. All right, so that shows that we have a steady retention and growing engagement, reflecting a strong foundation and expanding impact across Liberty County. All right, so our demographic breakdown by grade level. So in 2024, we had 2 9th graders, 4 10th graders, 3 juniors, and 3 seniors. So we had a total of 12 participants in 2024. In 2025, we didn't have any 9th graders, but we had 6 10th graders, 5 11th graders, and 5 seniors. And so we had 16 participants. And then in 2026, we didn't have any more 9th graders again, like I said, and then 5 10th graders, and 5 juniors and 7 seniors. All right, so this report right here shows that juniors and seniors represent 71% of 2026 Youth Commission. So highlighting strong upperclassmen participation in leadership. So our upperclassmen, they were taking charge the whole way. You know, they were excited about coming in, and they were coming in consistently. I mean, I think it was because of the food. So we had food. We provided food from each time here. Shout out to the Board of Commissioners. And I believe that food piece right there, that's we keeping them
Feed them, they'll come.
They coming in after school every day at 4 o'clock. So they hungry. They eating the food now.
Food and communion.
So the key takeaway right here, our youth commission is engaging students across multiple grade levels with steady growth and strong senior participation, driving leadership and impact. All right, so community partnerships and local impact. So in 2024 through 2026, we were able to organize blanket drives and jacket drives for community members experiencing homelessness and serve as active volunteers during the annual Walk for the Homeless events in both 2024 and 2025 with Another Chance Outreach Ministries. The CEO is right here, Mr. Irvin White. So we were able to coordinate that with him and do those drives for the homeless. And then in 2024, 2026, our youth commissioners were able to partner with the Lightside Empowerment to serve as academic mentors assisting youth with homework and educational support. And in 2024 to 2026, they volunteered on site to prepare and serve hot meals to local families for the Manor House. So they've been very active, and this is just a portion of what they did, but they did a lot more than this. All right, so civic engagement and state level advocacy. All right, so we take annual trips to the state capitol in 2024. And then in 2025, we were able to collaborate and join with the City of Hinesville Youth Commission and collaborating, networking with the Fulton County Youth Commission. Shout out to Commissioner Frazier for setting that up for us. We were able to, get them engaged and, get them networking with different youth. So I think that's very important. All right. And in 2026, we continue regional partnership with joint capital visits alongside Fulton County Youth Commission. All right, so the youth, they look forward to the state capitol trip every year. We take a charter bus, we go up there, like I said again, we travel in luxury, they're enjoying the experience. They even talked about spending the night, but we was like, yeah, we gonna get there, All right, so we're empowering youth right here, direct engagement with state leaders and legislative processes. Thank you. All right, so we want to thank you for your support. No, seriously, we want to thank you for your support, the Board of Commissioners, for allowing us to be able to have these programs right here with our summer employment program and our Liberty County Youth Commission. I believe we're going to grow it each year. You see the steady increase every single year. So thank y'all again.
I would like us, Ms. Hunter, to investigate this whole male versus female thing. Is it the same with the City of Hinesville and Riceboro? Let's look at that.
Okay, good check.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, they have more men in Hinesville than here.
Oh, the population Hinesville had? Yeah.
We'll check.
And then secondly, I was thinking maybe is there some opportunity for synergy with Liberty County working with Riceboro, working with Hinesville, the three groups working,
So
doing some kind of,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just so you know, we have discussed that with the two of them, and they're open to that
Okay.
in terms of us. We said the first thing we do would be have a meeting, regroup, and see what our opportunities are. And then the other thing is, even with Chatham County, we have a long-established youth commission right there in Chatham County. And when you ask the youth what they desire, what they want, they will tell you. Be prepared.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing they said is that we would like to see what other youth commissions are doing. So they're looking for that engagement also. And so the one thing about the trip to the Capitol, it wasn't just a visit. We want everyone to know that they toured the Capitol, they engaged with legislators, and they went over to Fulton Youth Commission, and they had a debate. They had to prepare, and they experienced a debate on certain issues that was set up with them. So it was work put into it. So, but I would be remiss not recognizing the entire team that helps all of this flow. And so we have Mr. Larry Murphy, who is the Youth Services Coordinator. But then in terms of the applications, they help with the calendar, institutional knowledge, we have Ms. Laura Wilbur. She would please stand with HR. We have Ms. Jessica, who is on the team and doing work. Stand up. And I want to say the backbone that holds it all together, the students, the meals, the paperwork, telling us what we supposed to do and when we supposed to do it, is Ms. Monica Ratcliffe. And we But Commissioners, thank you for the support, because we talk about infrastructure, and your people are your greatest asset, but when you invest in youth, that is also development and your infrastructure in the future. Thank you.
thank you all. Appreciate it. I didn't know a few of the kids were kept on by their respective agencies for employment. I don't know. Yeah, I heard that.
Also, your valedictorian and
Salutatorian both. There we go. Youth Commission. Yeah. At Liberty, both of them.
Oh, shucks now.
Right.
We're currently seeking, LCYC with the application is out, the flyers out, so the deadline is August the 12th. Right now, we have a couple of applications in, but I do have the ones that participated in previous years. I have them engaged already, so they hadn't got their applications in. I told them to get it in. So we already have about a hub of like 12 already that's ready to come in. And then I even got an email yesterday about a parent wanting to get their child in. So, they're hearing about it. They want to get in, they want to be a part.
let's work on that young men thing. I'm kind of concerned about that. Yeah, we need to get more, at least 50-50, you know. Just a goal, a goal.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
All right, I don't know if y'all were taking questions or not, but you ready, Mr. Murray? How you doing, sir? First and foremost, I guess, Ms. Hunter, you know, she set the protocol, you know, not just you, but the entire team. I appreciate y'all taking on this heavy task and delicate task, which is our youth. Yeah, man, y'all have been doing an awesome job, you know, and this program has been growing ever since we have, you know, implemented. And I guess that was just a small snippet of the statistics, you know, that was just from 2024. But it just shows the engagement between us as from the county, and I appreciate my fellow commissioners supporting this. Y'all know how dear this is to my heart, but also with the community. Once they really found out about the program and the different parts, you know, not just the youth commission, but the summer internship program. And like you said, some of them have been able to stay on with the county from being initiated in this particular program. So it's not like they are, especially now, definitely now, it's not like they're putting the youth in the corner and just, you know, telling them to just do some busy work. They really are being engaged. And just like you said, Justin, he graduated and still stayed on to be a part of this program this year, which is phenomenal. But then also, I guess the question that I have, whenever you're looking at these numbers from the applicants versus hired, and I know the chairman asked that question as well about doing more of a collaboration, you know, to make sure that, because from 2024, whenever, you know, we had 35 applicants and we hired 23. But in 2025, if y'all noticed, the increase in applicants was much greater. It was 62 applicants, but we were only able to hire 27. And then, of course, this year we had even more. We had 74, and we hired 29. So I guess the question I have for you all in the future, how do we narrow that gap? Because, of course, you know, we all have different programs. I don't know I don't know the statistics with the city of Riceboro about how many applicants they have, with how many they're hiring, and vice versa with the city of Hinesville. But I think the city of Riceboro this year, they had, 30, if I'm not mistaken? And Hinesville had, do you remember the number? They had like 47, right? So I guess what I'm getting at is if we do more of a collaboration to make sure that some of these kids, and we don't know, some of these kids might have applied for here and also, you know, the city of Hinesville. We don't know that. But the point is, you know, giving our youth the opportunity, you know, and I'm glad this was done, because, you know, a lot of times we hear all the negative about our youth in this community, but just to know that we do have a lot who are stepping up and because of you all in the team with Liberty County. So I appreciate that. But if we can look at, like what the chairman said, you know, with the youth commission, you know, to try to balance the diversity with that, but more importantly, to just make sure that you know, we're able to hire more kids, especially if we're saying that we have more mentors who are asking for positions. So I guess what do y'all need from us? Money?
That's the only way we're gonna be able to
Okay.
hire, right?
That's absolutely right, because we do pay the internship. So I guess if we could look at, in the future, narrowing that gap, I guess the only way we could do it is with financial support from the county and the county commissioners. So thank you all again for everything y'all do.
Thank you,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Murray. All right, finance report. Speaking of money.
Oh, Larry, I'll see you in the morning, first day. First Presbyterian.
Oh, okay, they start tomorrow.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners.
Good evening.
I'm here this evening to present the May 2026 financial statements. Starting with the general fund, through the end of May, we have collected already 100% of our projected revenues. And we have spent approximately 86% of our total expenditures for the year. We currently have 6.6 months in our unreserved fund balance. Compared to a year ago, we had right at 6 months. So it's an increase from last year. Turning over to the departmental report for budget to actual. We have a few that are still showing over budget through May. Elections has a small variance. However, this was covered by the revenues received for our municipal elections. So it pretty much is a wash. Actually, it's more revenue than it is a loss. Superior Court, we always pay those law, library, and other operating expenses in July upfront. So that's going to show over budget every single month until we get through June. The road department, we mentioned previously for some equipment repairs and recreation for part-time and seasonal employees. Turn the page to solid waste. Through the end of May, we have approximately 1.1 million of revenues over expenditures. We have collected 93% of our total revenues for the year and spent right around 71% of our total expenditures. There are currently no departments showing over budget for solid waste.
Mr. Chair, I just have one question about the solid waste. I know we reset the fees, and we said it was going to be a few years before it balances out, correct?
Correct, yes.
So, but this is not the year, though, is it?
I mean, we're collecting more for sure.
Right.
With the increase in the assessments and the rates that are charged by solid waste. We haven't fully recovered from our previous, where the general fund had to support solid waste
Right, so
years ago.
what year are we?
That's
I-
years.
I'm
We're
sorry?
anticipating?
What year
2020?
should we turn it around?
Right.
Gosh,
I'm not sure we're gonna turn it around.
I don't think fully in this rate study that we've done, I don't think we fully get back to zero. It just steadily increases each year, so we can pay the general fund back.
To follow up on that question, how do we, what's the word? How do we compensate for that, or how do we,
Difficult.
when it comes to accounting, what do we do? Because remember, you're right, it was years of.
Years, right.
And we were told then that we probably,
I really think it's prevalent for a lot of different counties
Yeah.
that have solid waste collection and
Yeah.
are in a similar boat than we are.
Yeah.
If we feel that we can't pay back the general fund, then we might just have to do, a transfer just to get rid of the debt if there's no way possible to repay it. Even though the solid waste fund intends to and fully intends to, if it's just not possible, then we might have to do a write-off of some or,
write it off.
some or all
Kinda
of it,
like-
yes, sir.
That's what we did years ago,
so you're
Chairman.
looking about like a timeline of when, if that happens, can we look in the crystal ball and say,
Right.
it could probably happen in year 5, year 6, anything like that?
I think we should start looking into writing a little bit off every year.
Okay.
We're sitting currently, I think, at 3.9 million that they owe back to the general fund.
Ooh, that's a lot.
When I first started almost 4 years ago, it was right at 3 million.
Yeah.
So it's not hugely more, but it's not going down for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, another thing that we can't predict is the repairs to his Clinton's equipment and things that go down that are unanticipated also increase expenses each year.
Mr. Chairman, is that where you see the most expenses at, is on the equipment, or is it the amount of trash that's being dumped at these convenience centers? From
I'd
possibly
say our
out of,
largest is salaries, but I think, what is that vendor?
Well, Republic we do the contract with Waste and Haul contract, and every year it goes up, just like.
what you're paying to haul it out of Liberty
Haul
County?
it out, we have a contract
Okay.
that hauls the trash from the transfer station. And that's a big expense, salaries normally a big expense.
So when we did the fee recalculation, did we allow for the increase he's talking about also? We did?
We did, and we.
Were we on target, or were we, is it more than what we budgeted for?
Well, we never, when the solid waste assessment was done, I don't think there was enough money ever figured into it.
I understand.
To pay the county back to
I
general
understand,
fund,
yeah.
honestly. You know, we figured enough in there so we could chip away at it, but, you know, if you wanted to pay back that money,
Yeah,
it's gonna hurt.
yeah,
The citizens on the assessment and what we would have to charge
yeah,
people
okay,
and all that good stuff.
okay.
You know, the county run for a long time without the assessments and this,
Yeah,
and
we
trying
do.
to fund it through general fund, and
Okay,
that's how we got to where we're at.
okay.
Assessments come out and everything, we try to make all that work, and trying to chip some of it down, but
While you're standing, sir, how's your equipment?
equipment's good. That's why I'm here tonight, to replace one. We're trying to keep it up, keep everything replaced and keep it going on the sanitation side.
You able to keep up with the mowing?
No, I'll be back next mid-month.
What's your busy time of the year? Busy time.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mosley,
Yes, sir.
do you care to elaborate on the status of the Limerick?
Limerick, landfill?
Mm-hmm.
Can I do it on my report? I do have it in here.
Okay, all right.
Right, and I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, because what I'm saying is, I know we did the new assessment, but prior to us having a transfer station, we had a landfill, which obviously we don't have that anymore. So,
We still have it. We still spend money.
right,
we
yeah,
still got
right,
it, yeah.
exactly. It's just not active or whatever you
Other
want to say.
expense too, and they
Right.
tell you, you close it, and you're, after 30 years, they release you. They don't release you.
Right, yeah. Yeah, but I guess but you were saying a couple of years ago we were at 3, and now we're at 3.9. So we're going opposite way. I know we looked at even with the fees with the the big
The hauling bin.
hauling bins, yeah, the dumpsters.
And we increased all that. The problem with the assessment there for a while is we didn't increase it. There was no money.
I remember.
To say, every year, we're gonna go up to 3% or 4%, whatever the
Right.
public charges us. That It was never stuck in there. Now, the last time we done it, we made it every year, it's an increase to try to keep up with
Okay.
what we're being charged.
right.
And
So you improve,
we had to assess.
you improve your processes? Okay,
When they first had the assessment, it wasn't built in there.
yeah,
You know, we didn't change it, but every 5, 6 years, whatever the commission decided to
yeah.
hire Culberson and redo the study, so that put us 5 years back behind, right at the back.
So Samantha, I think your comment about doing the graduate write-offs is in order. Another organization now had to do that same kind of thing for that reason. Otherwise, it's gonna keep showing up.
Right.
Yep, and I believe that really, it goes back to when Miss McLaughlin was here.
Mhm, it does.
We had that.
It's
Yeah.
always been here.
It's always been there. And-
Good idea to try to pay back, but
Yep.
But in the meantime, let's just make sure that our fees are where they need to be, so that we don't get behind when it comes to.
when we done the last study, it was put in there the yearly increases and.
Okay, I remember that. Okay.
Right, right. The only thing I was saying, Mr. Chair, at the end of the day, that's an enterprise fund. So that's supposed to be separate and be able to maintain by itself. And if that's not being the case, it's okay for us to reevaluate and see which way we need to go.
All right.
I guess that's enough
Mr.
trash talk.
Thank you, Mr. Wells.
All right.
Moving on to the sales tax reports. For sales tax 7, in the month of May, we collected 1.2 million. We have spent 30.8 million in SPLOST expenditures of our total 42.8 million that we've collected. Next report included.
When is it
in-
time for the next SPLOST reporting to the public kind of report? How often is that required to be done? Just one time a year, or
The one time a year by law, state law.
Oh, yes, yes, sir.
have we done it for 2026?
It's by December 31st.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Let's just make sure we announce that when it's done so the public can know they can access that and look at it.
Yes, sir, once we get a little further in the audit,
Okay, all right,
yes,
okay.
and concrete
Thank you.
numbers.
Thank you.
The next report is the T-SPOS report, and this is just being included for project tracking purposes. And the report subsequent to that is our T-SPOS 2 report. We received our first distribution from the state in the month of May. It was just shy of 1.1 million, and we're off to a pretty good start. We will continue to collect this tax through March of 2032. The last page of your packet, I've included a summary of FLOST that the county has collected and distributed through May. And the county's share of collection through May is 2.8 million of the total 4.6 million collected. And that concludes my presentation for May, unless you have questions.
You may want to educate some members of the audience about what FLOSS is.
FLOST is a sales tax that was approved on the November 2025 referendum that is strictly to be used to apply directly to the general fund's operating budget in lieu of property taxes. So it has to 100% be applied to offset property taxes. So the state originally told us we had to collect it for a year before we were able to use it and distribute it. But they recently have changed the law to allow us to recognize anything we've collected through June into our current upcoming millage and digest calculations. So we'll have 5 months of help this digest, and then next year we'll have the full 12 months.
Make sure everybody clear on that? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. We look forward to that.
I think
Questions?
everyone in Liberty County are.
Looking forward to it.
Right. I just have a quick question to Mr. Long. I can't see. Oh, okay. Oh, since we're talking about SPOS projects?
He's next on the agenda.
Yeah, I know, but, okay.
Let's let him come on and do it all. And
There you go.
thank you, Ms. Smith.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Want to get your question in
There we go.
before you?
When are they gonna start?
So, sales tax is not on any one of my agenda items, so we want to go ahead and answer that question kind of as a tail end to hers, so I'll be able to.
Okay. Yeah.
So, ask me the question again, I want to make sure I understand.
The Live Oak.
Yes, sir. We have a contract executed with the contractor. We had anticipated that he was going to be here last month. When we were delayed in executing a contract with him, he took a couple of school projects. He was finishing those school projects up so the school could get started, and so I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks he should be there.
Okay.
But we are constantly calling him and in contact with him to make sure he's getting going.
All right. In our contract, do we have an end date, right? That
Yes.
that he's supposed to,
That's right. And I don't remember what the starting date is.
okay.
I do have it written down, but I just don't have
Okay.
it stored up here.
That's fine. It was just on my mind when she started talking about.
No,
sales
I'm
tax.
glad you asked. So, I'll make sure that when I'm back up here on the 20th, we have all that data together.
All right, sir? Yeah.
Okay, so I have two items on the agenda tonight. The first one is deed of dedication of the roadways in Habersham Development, which is a roadway subdivision that was built a couple of years ago. The warranty periods have expired. We've taken them over for maintenance and accepted them. So the only thing that we haven't done is accepted a deed of dedication. In your packet, everybody should have a copy of the deed of dedication, which describes the roadways that gives us this deed, make sure we have the roadways. We've already accepted them as far as the final plat goes, and just need your action to go ahead and accept the deed of dedication.
Commissioner Blunt, this is your area. You want to take the lead on that, sir? The right of way for Habersham Plantation?
make a motion, we move forward and
Second.
everything.
Motion and second, we move forward as presented. I heard you. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please.
I did.
All right, Mr. Long.
Thank you very much. The second item I have on the agenda is applying for a grant for the water infrastructure planning program. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of background to make sure that everybody understands what we're looking for and what we're trying to do. You know, for the last several years, we have really looked hard as a county as to how we're going to provide water and sewer to the county. Not just our service delivery area that Liberty County has in the middle of the county, but, you know, the other cities and municipalities within the county. We've had a planning group that we've met for the last couple of years trying to figure out how to do that. We've got some technical ideas of how to do it. We have the technical expertise around here to try to make it happen. But one thing that we've found is we don't know the model that it really needs to look like. Are we a bunch of individual water and sewer systems going head first? Are we a community pulling together with some sort of authority? And I use that term lightly. Where do we fall? And you know, we've been unable to put our hands on that process. And we've had several meetings to discuss it. We've actually gone out and got some proposals from some they're engineering firms, but they're more planning firms that have knowledge in this business on how do you get from a bunch of individuals' water sewer systems to providing water and sewer to our communities and to our citizens in the area, because, you know, we're really strapped with water and sewer availability. We're really strapped with the amount of water we can withdraw out of the aquifer. We have a lot of permitting things that are fluid. So the Water and Sewer Planning Commission, the Water and Sewer Technical Committee, or the Water Council. Sorry, I'm struggling to say the right words. What we recommended doing was hiring a consulting firm that can help us walk through that process, meet with us and help us decide what's going to be best for us. Because it's not going to be just Liberty County deciding, it's going to be the city of Hinesville, the city of Riceboro, the city of Walterville, city of Midway, city of Flemington, city of Gum Branch. We all need to kind of come together on how we're going to handle water and sewer for our community. So we have the opportunity with a very well-qualified firm. We also have a new program that GFA has put out. It's called the Water Infrastructure Planning Program. It's a grant up to $250,000 with 2 or more communities in it, $150 for one community. In this case, we're looking at multiple communities going after it. It is due at the end of this month, and what we would like to do is apply for this grant, and this county would be the lead on it since we're kind of the seat, the county seat, and we have all the cities underneath us. There is a 10% match, and we're also applying for maybe some seed grants, or we're looking at other options to try to fill that gap with that 10% match that we have to have, which would be $250,000, not 250,000 total, $25,000 match. Justin, you have to catch me if I say the wrong thing again. I apologize.
I'm tracking.
So we're looking at trying to get funding for all of this. So, but the county needs to be the lead agency in the application for the project. So what I need is the county's permission for us to move forward as the lead for this application to GFA for the grant funds, $250,000.
Questions for Mr. Long?
I had one question. You may have mentioned it. This would be a countywide. Your
ma'am.
technical group and you're looking countywide, not just in a certain area.
Yes, ma'am. We're looking countywide.
Okay, that's what I
So
thought.
we're trying to make sure it's a holistic of how are we going to serve our citizens.
Okay.
As community leaders, the time has come in our county for us to work as a collective body when it comes to water and sewer. We can no longer continue to plan long-term to be individual providers. Long-terms, it needs to be a joint venture, countywide. So it's maybe a slow trip getting there, but if we never start, we'll never get there. So the $25,000 match, I mean, I would think that we could all get together and do that.
I believe we could.
But you need permission to go ahead and apply for the grant with the county's lead agent. Okay.
That's what we need.
Who's,
We have several of us cities and counties that are moving 90 miles an hour down their own path, trying to get something.
yeah.
So we need to try to make sure everybody's working together for the same good.
And you're right, that's something that the experts do not, we may have ideas, but that's not in our pay grade.
We have the technical ability to do the work
Yeah.
with the engineers that are here, but we
Yeah.
need somebody to kind of help us pull it together.
Okay. Commissioner, what's your pleasure?
And Mr. Chair, again, I'm in support of it, but, you know, we've had this conversation about, like I said, you know, we have the technical committee, and I think Mr. Odom remember as well, when we used to meet with the Water Resource Council, and I remember we suspended our meetings years ago because, you know, other municipalities were kind of doing their own thing. And again, are we back together? Y'all back? Y'all are? I'm just not a part of it. It's fine. I just want to make sure that y'all doing it.
Policy met?
There's a policy and a technical.
Yeah. Commissioner Frazier, they had you're right, the committee had went defunct and was reestablished.
Listen, that's what,
You should be
I'm used to not being on policies
All right.
and committees.
for a
Huh?
number of years.
You're on it.
I'm on it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was asked to serve with the chairman of it, but I tell you what, I can be term limited.
Well, originally, whenever you became chair, that was one of the.
I handed off?
And you handed it off to me. And I held the torch until the torch went out.
defunct, yeah.
But I guess y'all lit the match back up. But either way, again, whenever we discussing water, yeah, and I know you didn't want to use that word authority, but you know that's what most. I know in the state of Georgia, that's where a lot of people are going, and more importantly, it's more of a regional concept with that too. So.
And there are more models out there other
Right.
than just an authority that, you know, we need help to figure out what fits for us. Because we need to find what fits for us. We don't need to find what fits for everybody else. It needs to fit for us.
And I'll say this, and I heard some of the smaller cities that have taken on a lot of debt are concerned about what happens if we all come together as one big, do we pay each other's bills, or how does that part happen? So we got a lot of working to get through.
I remember that was
difficulties,
that was one of
complexities.
that was one of the issues
Yeah. 'Cause it-
with policy.
Remember, this issue kind of woke itself back up at the planning retreat last year.
Right.
Good. All right. Commissioner Chair, request a motion. Do we serve as the lead agent for the funding?
I'll make that motion, Chair.
Is there a second? Commissioner Blunt's made the second. Any further discussion? We look forward to it. All in favor, show your hands, please. Should we get the grant, any idea what the timeline? I know it's probably too early to ask you that. But.
Yes, sir, they won't announce them for a couple of months.
Okay, all right.
No, it's August. Yes, it's due at the end of this month. So
Yeah.
it probably won't be until November, December.
You think we look good for?
I think so. Yeah, when I look at the criteria and we're looking at multi-cities doing it, getting together for it. And we've gone through the quality-based selection for our consultants. We're doing everything the right way.
Okay.
So, and I think we'll be a step ahead by having some of these tasks accomplished.
Thank you for your leadership in that, sir.
Thank you.
LCRD Holiday Extravaganza presentation. Samantha, Mr. Stephen, Rachel Smith, I see you.
Got some young folks.
Y'all ganging up on us tonight. Hello?
Hey. You got support.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Liberty County Board of Commissioners. My name is Samantha. I am here with the whole team, our committee. And then we also have here our director, Raymond Gross, and Mr. Ricky Gillard. So we are looking to host a holiday extravaganza for not just Liberty County, but also some of the surrounding counties around us. This will take place on December 12th from 5 to 9 in the evening at the James Brown soccer fields. We are just looking to do something big for the community, include the kids, include sports, include the chorus, just have a whole extravaganza as we're calling it. The way that we anticipate getting funds for this is that we're going to be selling booth spots. Now, this is a change on the handout that you all have. We did lower the price, and we do have options. So for $25, that will cover a booth spot for a nonprofit, $45 for profit, and county and city departments, they are free. We just ask that they either provide a holiday activity or a holiday styled, what is activity or a giveaway, yes. We also are going to look to have sponsors. We have 4 different tiers between the prices of $250 up to $1,000. Our sponsors, we have a list of them already, but we are looking at the big companies here in Liberty County and the surrounding counties, small businesses, but also anyone that's looking to give to the community in some way for a holiday extravaganza. We will be reaching out to you all as well. So if you do see one of our smiling faces, please do give us the time. Our activities that we look to have are Pictures with Santa, the chorus or chorus performances. We're going to reach out to 2 or 3 different schools to see if they can provide our chorus to sing at least 2 or 3 different songs with holiday themes. We also are going to have a live DJ and a snow party. We are going to have an outdoor movie, and then our biggest one that we're going to have is our fireworks show. We did meet with the fire marshal to get approval for this, which he said that was okay, but we do still have to submit our plans for it. We will have food trucks and also a free beverage concession. The food trucks, we're only looking to have 5 spots, and they will pay $80 to be a part of our extravaganza. That is all that I have.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Question for this ambitious group. You think the parking is going to be sufficient?
Yes, sir.
Have a
we
good
do.
turnout?
Yes, sir. Although we will have to block some parking off, we can use some of our grass space. There is a map that is attached on the back here that shows where we will be roping off some area, but the rest of it is open for the public to park in.
How about, I'm just thinking out loud, parking assistance. You think everybody's going to behave and park where they need to park, or you're going to have some parking marshals kind of people out there?
We will have security, and we are going to reach out to the Hinesville Police Department to assist us with that.
Mr. Gillard, you want to add something?
Parking, we will provide at LIT. And
Okay.
then we can transfer over to the event.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right. How are you going to market this
So,
marketing plan?
besides for our beautiful committee doing word of mouth marketing, we are going to push it hopefully through the newspaper as well, so people can see it, and on our social media. We feel as if all of us do have some sort of presence on social media to where we can get this out for free.
Are you planning to work with the chamber at all?
Yes, we do. Ms. Chantel was just telling me we also are going to work with the radio stations to put this out.
Okay.
And the chamber has, people go to, look at the chamber's calendar a lot of time for events, so make sure it's on.
Yes, sir.
So what you need from us to bless it?
Yes.
Commissioners, any questions before we bless it? Obviously, they appreciate y'all being innovative. Look forward to December the 12th.
The 12th, yes, sir.
Look forward to seeing.
Fireworks show will start at 8.
And it already seems like well, we haven't voted yet, but I'm assuming they support it. But just for FYI, they did run it by the rec board as well, and it was a unanimous support. So just let y'all know.
Good to hear that.
Problem.
Good to hear that. I'm not sure we need to vote. Is it just,
I think it'd be a good idea.
you think it'd be a good idea?
Good
All right,
idea.
Chair, entertain a motion to approve the presentation from the LCRD Subcommittee of the Committee on Holiday Extravaganza,
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
first annual. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. All right. Thank you so much. We look forward to it.
You as well. Have a good evening.
When you come deep, man, you.
Yeah.
Generation.
Rezoning.
Deep is powerful.
Looks good to you, all you guys being together, looks good, looks good. We need to go into public hearing, Ms. Marty? Chair, entertain a motion to go into public hearing for rezoning.
So moved. Second.
Frazier moves. Okay. All in favor, show of hands, please. All right, okay. You make, proceed.
Good evening, Commissioners. Chairman, I'm here to present two petitions, one for rezoning and one for conditional use. They are number 2026-25 LC and 2026, excuse me, -26 LC. The zoning request was submitted by Zachary Gilstrat to rezone 5.29 acres from A1 and AR1 to C3, which is highway commercial, for a contractor's yard for moving, transport, and hauling services. A conditional use request has also been submitted for the contractor's yard. The property is located on Leroy Coper Highway in unincorporated Liberty County, and it is in District 4. The public notification, what was in the paper and posted on the sign, and the vicinity map. So this is not too far from the intersection with Coastal Highway, and it's not too far, just north of Fleming Loop. Zooming in a little closer. This is the property here. A couple years ago, this parcel and the one next to it were cleared. The zoning map. So this parcel right here is also zone C3, and it is a fencing contractor's yard. Not too long ago, the county rezoned this parcel here to Industrial 1 for a concrete plant. And so we are then looking to rezone this to the same as this one as C3. Currently, the front part of it is the AR1 and the back part is A1. The future land use map does show the front. There's a mixed-use urban corridor, mixed-use rural corridor along both sides of Leroy Cofer Highway, and then beyond that is agricultural forestry as a future land use for this area. There are no wetlands on the property, nor are there any flood zone hazards. The tract that we're talking about, the 5.29 acres, is part of a subdivision along Leroy Cofer Highway. This is the last one, tract 3A in the subdivision. So the narrative submitted with the rezoning application is the proposed use for all 5.29 acres would be to store commercial vehicles, containers, and equipment for moving, transport, and hauling services. The equipment would look like some of the following. So you have a moving van here, you have another piece of equipment here, quite honestly, I'm not sure what that is. You have a storage container, some excavation equipment. All the vehicles on the property would be operable and would have a dumpster on site for trash collection.
Right on the slides. Oh, there you go. Can he drive it, or?
I can work off of this, it's just not as large. So the concept plan, sorry, it won't fill the whole screen.
Okay.
So Leroy Cofer is right here. They will pretty much be using the entire limits within some boundaries with buffers around the outside. There is an existing culvert here that they'll be utilizing and then pulling in a gravel road off of that. The front part will be where a dumpster will be kept for the trash, and in this area will be parking for the other equipment associated with the business. Leroy Cofer looking up towards, I'd say it's about a mile from Coastal Highway, looking north. And then this is a close-up of the property that as it looked last month. They have recently, I noticed I drive by there every day, they did have some equipment in here doing a little bit of clearing, but that's how it looks today from the other side of the road. So going through the zoning analysis, does this property have reasonable economic value as currently zoned? Yes, it does. The proposed use conforms to the Fort Stewart Joint Land Use Study. Does the proposed use conform to the Liberty County Comprehensive Plan? Yes, it does. The comprehensive plan identifies a future land use as mixed-use rural corridor and ag forestry in which C3 is a compatible zoning district. Will there be an adverse effect on the value and usability of nearby properties? No, there will not. Is the proposed use suitable in view of nearby uses? Yes, as I pointed out, there is another contractor's yard very close by, and then that future concrete plant just up the road. Will the zoning proposal create an undue burden on transportation and on schools, utilities, or the provision of public safety? This won't be a site really that customers come to. It'll just be employees of the business, and GDOT will have to approve the entrance for the site. Will this allow a short-term gain at the expense of our local long-term goals? No, it will not. Would this cause a domino effect? Yes, very likely. In fact, this is probably one of the dominoes that has already been started by other rezonings in the vicinity. Are the unique historical sites which may be adversely impacted? There are none noted. Is this parcel in a flood hazard area? No, it is not. Is it spot zoning and unrelated to the existing pattern of development? No, it is not. And there are no unique conditions which support approval or denial. That takes us through our rezoning analysis, and now I'm going to move on to the conditional use criteria for the contractor's yard. The use shall not adversely affect the economic values or physical appearance of the neighborhood or areas surrounding the site or lot in question. No, it will not have an adverse effect. The use shall be consistent with the comp plan and with the purpose intent of the land use district. Yes, as is mentioned in the rezoning analysis, the comp plan identifies this property as mixed-use rural corridor and ag forestry, in which the zoning and is compatible zoning district, and this use is allowed in that district. The establishment, maintenance, or operation of the use shall not be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, or general welfare. No, it will not be detrimental. This will not create an undue burden on transportation, schools, utilities, or provisions of public safety. This was also addressed in the rezoning analysis. No, it would not create an undue burden. The design shall minimize adverse physical and environmental effects on adjacent properties, including adverse visual effects. Buffer zones, where necessary to shield any adverse factors, shall be considered. This was one of the main ones that was up for discussion when it was before the Planning Commission, was the adverse visual effects. And so to minimize these adverse effects, the property shall have a 20-foot vegetative buffer and 6-foot-high opaque fence along property lines. Additional space for parking, landscaping, and adequate measures for ingress and egress shall be considered if necessary to protect adjacent structures or lots from any adverse impact. No additional space is needed for those items. This was before the Planning Commission last month. There are two separate motions that are needed. The rezoning needs to be, action on the rezoning needs to be taken first, because without the proper rezoning, the conditional use becomes moot. So the Planning Commission did recommend approval of rezoning petition 2026-25-LC with standard and special conditions. The special condition is a 20-foot vegetative buffer and 6-foot-high opaque fence shall be required along the side and rear property lines. The Planning Commission also did recommend approval of the conditional use 2026-26-LC with standard and special conditions. And the special condition here is a 20-foot vegetative buffer and 6-foot-high opaque fence shall be required along all property lines. Now, there's a slight distinction between the special conditions on the rezoning and the conditional use. The feeling was, the logic was that for a rezoning, should this use go away or never happen, it still would be zoned C3, and C3 does allow other uses that might want some visibility from Leroy Cofer. So that's why the rezoning special condition is that that buffer and fence have to be maintained only along the sides and rear. However, for the conditional use, they felt this specific use should be screened from Leroy Cofer as well. So that's why the special condition would be applied only to this conditional use and require that screening and buffer along all sides. Explain that okay?
All right, one says along some of the property line, the other one says all around the entire property.
Yes, the rezoning would be special condition that anything that's on that property has to be at least screened on 3 sides.
Okay,
For this particular use, it would have to be screened on all sides.
with this particular use.
Yes, for this particular, it goes with the conditional use,
Okay.
not with any use of the property, just
If
this
they
one.
were to sell it off and everything, it'd go back to 3 sides.
Is the petitioner here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, will that person please come and give us a 2-minute overview of your project, please, sir? Hello, sir.
My name's Zachary Gilstrap. I'm the owner of College Hunks Hauling Junk and Moving. That truck you saw is actually what we call a junk truck. It holds about 440 cubic feet of residential trash. We're kind of the middleman in between what something like an Atlantic Waste won't pick up and what someone won't want to take to the actual dump. A little background about myself. I was with UPS for about 15 years, retired from there. And there was an owner for College Hunks in Savannah that wasn't really taking care of the business. I went ahead and purchased that a couple years ago. We don't consider ourselves just a moving company. Hunks actually stands for honest, uniform, nice, knowledgeable service. Our core values include always branding, building leaders, creating fun, safe, winning teams, and to listen, to fulfill, and delight our communities. We don't just talk that talk. We're on the board for Safe Shelter in Savannah. We use our assets for a good. We're going to continue to operate our full operation in Chatham County right now. We can't afford to do much with this property aside from turn it into a contractor's yard and use it to stage some of our assets. Eventually, we would seek to move into Liberty County. Our long-term plan is to service the whole entire coastline, and eventually, you know, at a separate date, probably put a metal structure on the building. But I'm happy to answer any questions.
What about storage of combustible material?
You know, we will not have anything combustible, anything hazmat, anything that can contribute, especially when it would seep down into, you know, water systems or, you know, soil and stuff like that. We're not permitted and don't plan to store or have anything hazmat on site.
What about tires?
Tires, no tires, sir.
So in the event, okay, tell me about your water supply out there.
We don't have a plan for water supply. Right now, it's just going to be a contractor's yard. It's probably going to be between, you know, 5 and 10 pieces of equipment. I wouldn't picture this as, you know, 5 acres of 100 vehicles parked out there. I don't picture this as an area where we're going to go abandon equipment, where it's going to kind of get ugly, you know, to say the least. Eventually, I was very, in particular, when Trent was speaking, kind of hearing about the, you know, plan for the county to eventually have a joint, you know, water commission, you know, kind of really lending an ear toward that. Eventually, we would probably install a sewer system there. That's, you know, probably 3 to 5 years down the line. But right now, it's just going to be to, you know, park assets. If we have to go have a move team, that's going to go start from that point, have an established move captain park his personal vehicle there, and take that vehicle south to Brunswick or somewhere further down the coast instead of Hilton Head. It's going to be more of a drop-off point now. Then eventually, we would seek to probably, you know, build something on there, make our permanent home in Liberty County.
And you're gonna stand by your word?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So you're gonna have portalets?
I'm sorry?
You're gonna have portalets out there for the?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You gotta have somewhere to go to the bathroom. But
Yeah.
right now, we don't have the money to put in you know, a full sewer system, a water system.
Okay.
So this time, probably 3 to 5 years, just a contractor yard, very basic operation. And then full plans would come later, you know, once the business has enough money to, you know, do something.
How'd you identify Liberty County? I'll bring you in.
No, go ahead.
How'd you identify Liberty County? Were you?
I was at Angie's Diner with a pastor, and we were kind of sitting down and going back and forth between what's, you know, what's going to help grow the business, what's going to help build leaders, and looking at really the best geographical point. We were far away from 95, or too close to 95 is going to be expensive for the company, and Leroy Cofer Highway just proved to be a nice pivotal point with a cost-effective solution. So it really is going to help us serve between the Florida-Georgia line and Hilton Head, which is our territory. And it's a perfect middle ground to grow into Liberty County and also grow north and grow south. So geographic.
Where's your
geographic
Savannah
proximity.
location?
Is in Garden City. It is
Garden City?
810 Talmadge Avenue, so right by Pooler.
How long have you been there?
We've been in that warehouse now for 2 months, and we've been in Pooler for, before that, for a year and a half.
You're expanding rapidly.
We are. Every dollar that we've made, I've invested into new trucks, new equipment, and it's been a great experience.
Commissioner Blunt?
What's your employment size? What's your employment size?
Right now, we're at 16 employees. Eventually, when we come here, when we expand into coastal Georgia, we'd probably seek to hire, again, this is early, at least 10 to 15 people when we move into the county.
So when you collect at this site in Liberty County on 196, and it gets piled up, where would you take it then?
And this, we're not gonna have any kind of trash storage.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Just your equipment.
Yeah, this is just for truck storage right now. We don't tend to keep, just to expand on that, even in Garden City, we don't tend to keep lots of trash on site. Stuff comes back, we back 2 trucks up, we separate metal, we separate plastics, we separate usable furniture, store that stuff for free for different people in the community.
All right.
How many people have seen College Hunks hauling our trucks? Green and orange trucks, anyone seen
I
them?
don't remember. Probably have, but I don't remember. Yeah. But it was good to have you indicate, though, bring you in, that, because we look for people to come to be community partners, so I kind of heard that from you, so we look forward to that, too.
Thank
you. Joining that shame, all those kind of things. Yeah. And you retired? You said you retired?
Retired from UPS, also retired full-time police officer, Central Illinois.
What's your driver's license? What's your ID? Commissioner Blunt?
I got a couple of questions. If you were to look at your concept plan, you got to show a gravel road coming in, an area for parking, your dumpster and stuff. In this 5.29 acres, we just call it 5 acres, I know that area very well. So when you put in this gravel road, you're going to create water that's going to have to go somewhere. I don't see no design here for any retention ponds or anything like that to control your water. Where do you think your water's going to go?
That gravel road shouldn't be raised too much. That property is already above all the other properties around it. So right now, I think water already trickles off that property, to my understanding.
Yeah, well, according to a person that had some opposition against you, they come and whoever cut the timber off of it many years ago before you owned it. He's complaining about water coming on his property, and there's some neighbors that saying a few things. But when you go in and, like you just said, the place is a little bit higher than existing properties. So you start putting in gravel, that dirt's not gonna soak up nothing, so you're still gonna have water that's gonna run somewhere.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's gonna go to somebody's property. I know they're gonna have a vegetated buffer around it. You're gonna have a privacy fence or something around it. I'm just curious, maybe you need to think about this in the future. You got to do something with this water. You probably have to put in a retention pond or something and probably carry it at least until, because everything there is basically flat. You talk a little bit higher, but it's basically flat. That water's got to go somewhere. I'm gonna recommend it, you need to take it out to State Highway, to the ditches where it can get out of there and not put it on someone else.
That will probably come in the phase when we could attempt to, submit construction plans and stuff like that. There'll have to be a retention pond. Right now, we're not seeking to raise that at all. The gravel road is something that, so when we pull in there, vehicles don't get stuck, right? But we don't seek to raise, we're not seeking to bring dirt in and fill it up like if it was a marsh or if it was lower. So we're really not seeking to raise that property at all right now.
So in that parking area, is any of that gonna be gravel or that's just gonna be dirt?
That's just gonna be dirt right now. Again, we're not gonna put, 50 to 100 vehicles out there. This is probably gonna be between 10 to 20, vehicles.
You've been paying attention to that? How wet it gets at times and everything, how soft that ground gets?
It's hard to see all the way in the back. As someone alluded earlier, we've even had contractors come and, bid out clearing that actual property, and some of them wanted to drive in back just to see how the property fluctuates. I've been told from the previous owner that property, when it does flood, is above the rest. The plans that I've seen show that it is above the rest and it does not flood, but I can't say that with complete confidence that,
let's change our words a little bit. And instead of flood, it's gonna pond water, you know, at some given point. You say you're not gonna haul in dirt, but I mean, I know the area well enough that if you don't do anything other than just go in and grub it and clear it and kind of level it up, it's gonna be some ponds and water in that area right there.
I can't speak to specifics on that right now, because I just haven't looked that far into it. Right now, we're in the phase of just purchasing it, rezoning it. I'm happy to bring that back to the commission now after I do further research on that, sir.
Okay, just wanted to bring them concerns out. On the zoning analysis, I see where you're gonna have to follow GDOT approval and all for the entrance and stuff. Whatever they recommend with probably XL and decel lanes or the width of the driveway, whatever they're gonna require. That little driveway that's there right now is probably just a residential driveway.
Correct.
Yeah. So we got everything laid out pretty good. I'm still concerned about this water.
Mr. Phil Odom. Come to the microphone, please, sir. Had to go through your agency with you chair first. So.
That's gonna be a charge, Chairman.
You hear, Commissioner?
Commissioners, thank you.
Did that come up for discussion at your meeting?
Question on drainage.
Yes, sir.
That is an engineering question.
Right.
We're in a zoning question.
All right.
You can't do your engineering till you do your zoning.
Understand.
So I hear Commissioner Blunt's concerns. That was concerns we had at the Planning Commission. And they're to be addressed at the time when engineering, when he goes and gets his GDOT approval, then something simple as cutting a tail ditch across the property to drain into the state right-of-way would solve the issue until he begins construction. And at that time, when he puts buildings there, he would have to have a full set and meet the stormwater requirements.
Sure.
That was, that's the best I can tell you, Commissioner.
That's the best we need to hear.
All right. Anything else, Commissioner Blunt?
I'm good. We here for the zone and I got it.
What it does, so it helps you going forward, that you'll know, what might be required. So.
I may have over-explained our future plans, but I don't mind doing that. You know, some people come up and they want to just, that's our future plan is to grow in Liberty County.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, when we go through, building and development, we will seek those plans in the appropriate manner.
All right.
Mr.
It's
Chair.
gonna require two separate motions.
Two separate, I'm sorry.
Right.
You got a question?
And just real quick, first of all, I appreciate your transparency. But again, just like Ms. Odom said, I think we're here for the zoning. I understand, the farther out issues, but between GDOT and hopefully our inspection department, they'll make sure that is all taken care of. My question, or I guess, not necessarily concerned with this particular project, but in the future. We've talked, from here and also from the countywide perspective about our gateway to our county. And the only thing I'm saying is what type of identity are we looking for during Leroy Culver Highway coming into this community? I mean, are we looking for future economic, commercial type growth? Or are we gonna continue to have different projects like this going on Leroy Culver? Because, I mean, that's what she was just saying about the domino effect. We've started approving particular projects like that. And I'm an entrepreneur, I get it. Get it where you fit in. But what I'm saying is our future, when we're talking about our gateways coming into Liberty County, how do we want them to look? And I understand the buffers, but again, I just look at Leroy Culver, being from here, I remember how it used to look, and now, there's still a lot of trees out there, but also that's a blank canvas that we as commission and also the planning commission, we have a true opportunity to create something. And I think Commissioner Gillard said this a long time ago. One day, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference in the Liberty County line, the Bryan County line, and Chatham County line. So the only thing I'm saying is, are we looking at for now? Are we looking at 30 or 40 years from now, which hopefully I'm still here. But, and not just me, our kids. What identity are we looking? And I just want my fellow commissioners to think about that whenever we doing all these rezonings, because one thing about rezoning is, we come up with these comprehensive plans. And we say, this is where we're going with this particular area. But then, we come for rezoning. And I've been there. I've had to get properties rezoned, so I understand. But also, I just want us to be aware and keep a few things in perspective. Again, our identity. What are we looking for? I know the chairman have talked about our gateways and gateways and gateways. And it's more than just a sign at the Liberty County line. I mean, we could put a $10 million sign out there to make it look like Vegas, but if you, as soon as you walk in, it looks like old Vegas instead of new Vegas, it's a problem. So I'm just saying as a whole, and we just need to make sure that these particular properties is the highest best use, and also we need to be aware of that question about the domino effect. So whatever we decide, dominoes lay down, and they keep going. As long as you have another domino there, it's gonna keep going. That's the only thing.
I think it's healthy that I bring up kind of the future plans here. We're a small business that's growing. We've already doubled in revenue, the past couple of years. So my particular project is going well. It might be a contractor's yard for 3 to 5 years. I'd like you to think of the long-term vision of once that's paved over, there's a building there. There's maybe another space for a tenant to move in and grow their small business next to mine. So that's the kind of vision I want. I want the board to see.
And I appreciate LCPC for the buffer requirements. I'm not sure how much, Phil, you all talked about, you're one of our major gateways, sir. And we're just trying to ensure that our gateway is attractive to people coming in and out of Liberty County. Yeah. All right. That's all. All right, Chair, motion to come out of no one signed up to, okay, should come out of public hearing.
Oh, okay.
No. All right, motion to come out.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Motion to go back in the regular session?
So moved, Mr. Chair. Second.
Second, Monica, you got all that? Okay. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. We hadn't voted yet.
Oh, he could sit down and watch the vote.
So yes, sir, if you could, two separate decisions, actions. The first one rezoning and the second one conditional use, please.
Bishop Blunt, are you?
I make a motion, we accept LCP's recommendation for approval for the rezoning position with conditions standard.
Motion and a second. Ms. Monica, you got that? Sure. Any further discussion? I think we had plenty. All in favor, show of hands, please. In opposition? All right, rezoning is approved. Now, the conditional use for the special conditions, standard and special conditions, okay? Chair. Yes, sir.
I make a motion, we approve the special conditions used for the LCPC recommendation and all.
Second.
Motion and a second, same two, Ms. Monica. All right, any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. All right. Now, sir,
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in a few years for some more.
we can't help but watch you. We go in and out that way.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Rezoning. Where am I? Oh, I'm down there? Okay. We knocked the light out. All right.
That's 3.
Removal of condition use requests 2026-23 LC. Oh.
I'm sorry, it was tabled last time and you need to remove it. Oh, please.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second. Second. Yeah. I just need a little bit of a refresher.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
I'm going to give you that refresher. On this
Okay.
application?
Okay, yes,
sir.
ma'am. Okay.
Yes, sir. So this was presented last month. You held the
Oh, I'm
public
sorry,
hearing-
so now that we're, okay, all in favor of the?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Of it coming out of being tabled, show of hands. All right, all right, now, all right. That's all
I
right.
jumped the gun.
Quite all right.
Okay, so this was, you held the public for this at your last meeting. In that time, we did meet with Commissioner Blunt and Commissioner Gilliard with the applicant, and The result of that meeting is that they have submitted revised narrative and a concept plan that I would like to go over with you. So just, I'll refresh you on some of these slides. So this is a conditional use 2026-23 LC. It is submitted by Christian Edens and Lindsay Goff for an outdoor event center at 956 Friedman Grove Road in Fleming. The property, I think it's about a mile or so from the Coastal Highway Limerick intersection here. It's on the north side of the road. Close-up view. As you may recall, they were originally planning on having some parking in the field here, and the outdoor events would be happening over here. There is a house in the middle here. Then, like I said, they have revised that narrative. It is zoned A1 and AR1. The big land use is residential low density. So if I may, I'll read the revised narrative. The applicant is requesting approval for a low-impact outdoor event venue to be operated on an existing privately owned parcel on 956 Friedman Grove Road. It's approximately 20 acres, zoned AR and AR1. The property is intended to be used as a small-scale outdoor event venue, primarily for weddings, private gatherings, photo shoots, and other special events. Most events will be intimate gatherings with a maximum guest capacity of up to 40 guests. And all events will take place outdoors, utilizing the property's natural landscape. Revision to this narrative, in particular, I'd like to point out is that originally they had said 150 guests. So they have narrowed the scope of the size of the gatherings that they will allow. The events will be scheduled by reservation only and will occur on a limited basis rather than daily commercial operations. We are proposing utilizing the existing asphalt driveway for access and one handicap accessible parking spot. Up to 10 additional parking spaces would be located in a centralized area on the property. Applicant is requesting a variance or a condition to allow the event parking to remain unpaved. Proposed use is expected to generate only moderate event-based noise, typical of private outdoor gatherings. Events would be limited to designated hours, with music ending at a reasonable evening cutoff in compliance with local ordinances. The intent is to provide a well-managed environment and minimize disruption to neighboring properties. All vendors providing services on the property must be properly licensed and insured. The venue will not sell or serve alcohol. However, clients may bring their own alcohol for private events. Portable restroom facilities will be provided for events as needed based on the anticipated attendance and length of the event. All events will include proper waste management and post-event cleanup. The client will be responsible for reserving portable restrooms for an approved vendor, ensuring they are delivered and moved in a timely manner. The rental contract will require compliance with this policy. The property layout allows for clear emergency vehicle access at all times. Proposed use is designated to be a low-impact and compatible with the surrounding rural, agricultural, low-density residential community. The property will offer a beautiful and convenient venue for family celebrations, small gatherings, weddings, photography sessions, and other special occasions. Part of our discussions, we talked about some possible special conditions. They've provided kind of what the conclusions we came to might be reasonable special conditions. The conditional use permit would be specific to the current property owners, Lindsay Goff and Christian Edens, and will not automatically transfer with a change in ownership. This would mean that someone else couldn't decide they want a conditional use event as outdoor event as a conditional use and then expand it beyond what they have provided in their narrative and what their intent is. And another special condition was the proposed parking plan will utilize the existing asphalt driveway for primary access, and the parking will be centralized on the property and kept unpaved in order to minimize impervious surfaces, reduce site disturbance, and maintain compatibility with the surrounding and residential uses. The revised concept plan, as you may recall, they were planning on having parking here. That's that field I mentioned. And here's the house. So they revised it to have the parking spaces up here. The UDO does require one space for every 4 guests, so that's 10 parking spaces if they have up to 40 guests. And then the event would be back here in this area in the Oak Grove. This driveway is the existing driveway, asphalt driveway to the house. And these other accesses here are more like the residential dirt culverts on, that just allow, I call field access to the property. These Oak Grove, this was the field they were gonna use for parking, but won't. And this is looking down towards Limerick. The house on the property would not be part of the event space. And we went through the conditional use. We did not modify these slides for the revised narrative because this is what we presented to the Planning Commission and didn't feel it was appropriate to present something different to you in that respect. Would you like me to go over these, or should I just pass them by? You've heard it all before.
I think you can pass this by.
Okay. So this was before the Planning Commission last month, as you know, where they did recommend disapproval based on the narrative presented with their application, which was the 150 people and parking in the field. So this was their original recommendation. It did not go back before the Planning Commission, so you do not have an updated recommendation from them at this point.
Commissioner Blunt.
Good evening.
Hello.
How you doing? I know you met with some of the planning staff at the LCPC, myself and Commissioner Gilliard. We went over this. Everything seems like it's in order for you. One thing I wanted to say for people watching that might not quite understand that were previously not for this. I'm in favor of it after talking to you because if we did a lot of paving and different things, we're gonna start pushing water around. You got a beautiful piece of property. We looked at the conditional uses, I mean, the events that you wanna do and things. So everything seems in order to you that we've agreed on? Okay. Hey, Mr. Q, you wanna add anything?
No, good evening. We did, Commissioner Blunt and I did meet, and, you know, our goal was to meet and hear you out and, you know, hopefully to try to help you if we could. And I think Jeff was there, Marty and some of the other staff. And, you know, we think you scaled down from the previous requests. And, you know, I do know from the meeting that we had and the scaled down version, I think we agreed that it wouldn't create an issue. Now, I do know that over time, you know, as people find out about it and if you get everything up and running, and hope it don't turn into Saturday Night Fever and hope it don't be a version of Mardi Gras where there will be issues and people are complaining about parking and noise and this and that and other. If it is, we will, you know, have to revisit it based on our ordinances and everything. But I think it was 2 weeks ago we met, and I don't know if, I know the event is not approved, I mean, the site is not approved, but I hadn't heard nothing, you know, that happened out there since then, never heard of anything. So I just felt like if you just continue to do what you're doing and stick to the guidelines that we talked about at the planning office a couple of weeks ago, I think everything will be fine.
So the people that come are gonna have to sign a contract with you for their event?
Yeah, it would be like renting the property, so
Okay,
we'd have
okay.
like a rental.
And it says that you will, your portlets will be taken care of by the renters? How you doing water out there?
We wouldn't need any for the restrooms if they're bringing in portable ones.
Yeah.
But you could, like the parlet,
They come with water.
you could get water with them. Not, you know, not regular running water, but a container with them.
Right.
But they could dispense water.
Just make that note as your popularity grows. You may need a water resource, well out there, okay?
It grows,
So-
goes over 40, you probably have to come back before us. Yeah. One thing I seen that I like, in the event that you ever change hands with it, all this that we're doing right now is null and void, looks like. You know, it's not transferable.
I think that was your recommendation. I mean, you know, happy to agree to that.
It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place.
I got one question, Chairman. So if somebody comes out there to use it, they will not have to get a permit, but get a okay from you?
Correct. If they're gonna use any vendor, they would need to use a licensed and insured, vendor. The vendors they would only be permitted vendors that would be allowed.
What was that now?
It would only be permitted licensed insured vendors that would be allowed via the contract, the rental contract they sign with us. So it's not just like they can have anybody come in and.
Oh, some of our, we're gonna move on, concern has been some other people like you have acquired spaces for events and then they rent it out to people and it's not what they thought was going to happen there. It's kind of gotten out of hand, so that's why we have some concern. I don't see yours as being that kind of issue, but I'm just sharing with you some of the sentiment that you're hearing up here from the commissioners.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if, like, let's say if, everything is approved and this weekend she wanted to have a wedding, I don't think that you would need a permit. If, next week someone wanted to take pictures out there, which is, you know, the beautiful, oak trees and everything, I don't think you would need a permit. Just, if it kind of got out of hand, you know, and, I don't think that we're gonna require you to get permits for every time somebody, you know, wants to go out there and do something. I mean, go out there to take pictures. I don't think you would need a permit for
Won't
that.
that fall under business license?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get a
Yeah,
business
we'd have to
license. I
apply
think you
for a
already know
business
that.
license
Yeah.
would be the
But-
next
but-
step after
but
this.
the events that she have there, she wouldn't have to be.
It fall under her.
She'll be kind of be responsible as the owner.
All right, you ready to move forward?
I got one more concern that you touched on a little bit with the porta toilets and stuff. You're gonna be left, you sign a contract with someone when they wanna do this outdoor event and all, cause what I'm concerned about right there is, someone says, well, it's just a small event, there's only gonna be 15 of us, we don't need that. But, the way I read this, they got to have it.
Yeah, that would be in the
Right, Marty?
contract. If there's a certain amount of people, they would be required to.
Yeah, so, I just wanna make sure we got to have all that in place, so. You ready? for
Yes, sir,
motion?
ready.
Yeah, all right, I make a motion, we accept this, to move forward with the special condition that's in place as we talked about here.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second, motion and a second that we approve the
Second, my bad.
recommendation. I knew where you were
It's
headed.
late.
I knew you were headed. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. Thank the committee for vetting that for us. We appreciate it. Of course, we appreciate LCPC. Thank you, ma'am. Look forward to it.
Good luck.
Beautiful property, beautiful property. MOU, Ms. Laura.
Again,
Hello.
Mr. Mosley asked me to come before you tonight to talk a little bit more about compensation and pay studies as we look ahead and hope to do another pay study with Dr. Condrey and Associates. So I'm going to just go through a few slides very quickly. So compensation, it's one of the largest investments we make as a county government. It's easily 90% of our budgets is paying for people. It directly impacts recruitment, retention, morale, and fiscal responsibility. You know, we're all competing for talent. So we're competing across the region, especially for things like public safety workers and fire, 911, EMS, law enforcement, and specialized positions like IT and finance. And modern employees expect to be paid fairly and have a transparent pay that reflects local market rates, cost of living, and their skills and experience level. And of course, we want to have public trust. So when we have a clear, visible pay plan, then taxpayers can see how we are paying for salaries. And that helps our integrity as well. I brought some data with me too, like Mr. Murray. These are some snapshots from our Paylocity platform showing you some of the demographics of our current workforce. This is showing our full-time people. The number in the center of the ring chart represents our current headcount of active employees, which we sit at 514 today. For fiscal year '27, our authorized strength is 560. So we've got about 46 vacancies. Mainly those are in public safety. We also have some in public works, along with some administrative positions like appraisers or deputy clerks. You wanted 50-50? We got 50-50.
I saw that.
For gender.
I saw
We're
that.
pretty equally split, male and female, in our workforce. And then I thought it was interesting to look at the breakdown of the different generations that we employ, most of which are millennials, it looks like. Like other employers, Liberty County must contend with staff turnover. So this slide shows you over the last 12 months, we have had 127 full-time separations. More than 3/4 of those were resignations, so people voluntarily leaving or retiring. This is similar to the 12-month period prior to the past 12 months. And just keep in mind, according to SHRM, which is the Society for HR Management, replacing an employee typically costs 30% to 200% of their annual salary, depending on the role's seniority and complexity. So I think about some of our departments where when we bring somebody in, it could take upwards of a year to get them fully trained to serve the public, whether that's a firefighter or a field appraiser. This slide shows, you know, the average length of service across the organization. So that is trending slightly downward, which I think is typical of what the market is becoming. About 20% of our employees have been here at least 10 years, which is great. Our average tenure right now is 6.8, down from 7.1 a year ago. So that's how many years we've had. This is in line with the public sector, but just something to keep an eye on as long-timers retire. They take with them a lot of institutional knowledge, and succession planning is already a top priority for us. So why do we want to conduct a compensation study? So Liberty County's always relied on formal compensation studies to update its pay structure. And so there's many reasons for doing so, such as being competitive in the market, maintaining internal equity, which means paying employees fairly and consistently for similar roles, responsibilities, and experience levels. And very importantly, creating a defensible pay structure, using methodology that can stand up in court. So signs it's time for a pay study. When you see several of these indicators at once, it's likely time to reassess your pay structure. So some of these do apply to us right now. Our recruitment challenges, our current pay study, the age of that, competitors raising salaries or benefits. So as soon as another sheriff's office, not to pick on you, Chief, wants to offer a special benefit, it's got the sheriff looking, oh, do we need to do that too because they have such a challenge recruiting deputies. Significant organizational growth, of course we know that is true. So this, over the last 25 years, is our timeline of the various pay studies we have implemented, starting in 2001. That was when I was first hired in the EMA office. And I came in right after one was conducted, as a matter of fact. Then we did one in 2006. So every 4 to 5 years we've done one, except you can see that gap. That was the Great Recession. And so we were not able to, as a county, fund any pay studies during that time. And then we did one in 2019. We did some mini studies when we took on fire and EMS, and also when you asked us to look at the living wage to ensure that every employee made at least $15 an hour. And then the most recent pay study was put into place July 2023. And it starts a year in advance of implementation when they do the study. And we use an outside firm. We've used UGA, Carl Vinson Institute of Government, of which Dr. Condrey is an alumni. And as you can see, all the reasons here why it's so advantageous to use that, from providing impartial, evidence-based recommendations. We don't want people thinking that, if I made the decision that I'm biased, right? So we have independent consultant doing that. They have the specialized knowledge to do compensation studies. They've got labor market insights and advanced methodology to develop these pay structures. They're very efficient. They can accomplish these pay studies with their team because of their years of experience in a very short time frame, and while they don't disrupt our HR flow. And then, of course, defensibility, which I think is so important because we've got a legally sound plan that withstands the scrutiny from employees to elected officials to auditors to taxpayers. Versus if we tried to do it ourselves, there's some risks to doing so. A comprehensive study can take hundreds of hours, which, if I'm being honest, and Jessica's here in the audience, we're already managing a lot of things: recruiting, onboarding, benefits, employee relations, payroll coordination, compliance, performance management, all the things we're doing on a daily basis. I don't know where we would find the time to do that. Or it would just take more than a year to do. Also, internal bias or perceived favoritism. So when you have people in-house doing it, they may be perceived as having favoritism towards some departments or roles, where when an external consultant can not have these pressures. I have a lot of HR expertise, but compensation studies is not one of them, so I'm going to admit that. And an independent third-party study often carries greater credibility, because like I said, they're more impartial. So the project roadmap, generally outlined here in 8 steps. The first is planning, but Condrey and Associates are very familiar with us after working with us for so many years, that they're already familiar with our structure, our current plan, our policies, our budget. They would meet with leadership and HR to look at our current goals and priorities. Step 2 would be analyzing the jobs. What are our current job descriptions? What's changed? They talk to department heads. Then they would collect data. So they would collect salary data from a wide range of sources, some that we wouldn't have access to easily because that's their business. Other local governments publish surveys, state associations, databases, etc. We'd also want to do market benchmarking. So how do we compare in this region of other people with similar population, budget size, the services? So generally we'd look at other city and county governments. And then who are we competing with in the region, like Fort Stewart, people like that. We'd also look at certain internal jobs and compare them with industry standards, such as public safety, public works, administrative type positions, finance, IT. So they would, those would be job benchmarks. Step 5, this is a very key part of their analysis, is maintaining the internal equity of our plan, pay plan, because it makes sure that everybody is judged on the same criteria as far as their jobs. They break it down into 10 components, and they use the factor evaluation system. So that's a quantitative point factor method used to grade and classify positions. It assigns numerical points to 10 specific components, and then those components are weighted. So something like the knowledge required by the position would count more than the physical demands. And then the sum of all those points, it'd pinpoint where it should go on the pay plan. So it helps ensure everything is rated fairly and consistently throughout all the departments. And if you're interested, the 10 components are the required knowledge and skills, supervisory controls, guidelines, complexity, scope and effect of their work, personal contacts, purpose of contacts, physical demands, work environment, and supervisory responsibility.
You said contacts.
Contacts. Who do they come in contact with in the
okay.
course of their day? Step 6 is developing the actual pay structure. So given all that previous work, they would come up with your salary grades, pay ranges, min, max, et cetera. Then they would come back to you in step 7 with a cost analysis, like here are several different scenarios. If you remember with the last pay study, they said, okay, do you want to be at
Market.
At market.
yeah, at market, slightly ahead of market? Where do you want to be with that? Do you want to do it in phases? You know, they could come up with multiple scenarios and costs for you as the board to decide.
Ms. Chair, Mr. Mosley, one of y'all or fellow commissioners, do y'all remember what we decided last time? Didn't we decide to be a little bit aggressive?
At market, Laura?
At market.
Aggressive?
Aggressive?
If I tell you, a duck could pull a truck. Yeah, so, and I guess that's where I'm getting at, because we did this, 3 years ago, right?
2023, right, 2022. So 4 years ago, we started the plan and implemented it.
Right.
3.
Right. So we're doing it now again, and basically in a nutshell, he's gonna come back and tell us where we are with market. And I'm not trying to cut you off. I just had a few questions, and my list was getting a little long. Another thing is, whenever you're talking about the data collection portion, is he comparing us? And I heard you say to other government entities. Are you comparing us with another community like ours? Do you know? Because what I'm saying is, you can't compare us with Fulton County or
Correct.
DeKalb.
And so at the kickoff of the plan, we would sit down with them, with leadership, Mr. Mosley, Ms. Hunter, myself, Samantha, and we would outline what are our goals and priorities, and we would also tell them who we want. They would recommend who to use as comparison, and then we can also say, well, we don't want them, but we definitely want them in the mix when we're collecting the data.
Right, but I guess to make sure that the data that's being collected is the most efficient data, it has to be a mirror of me personally. I mean, for 35,000, I think we should look at it from where we are, and whenever we talk about workforce and future workforce, this is the same identity that we're looking for, because of course, you know, Ms. Chair, here in Liberty County, we're being strongly focusing right now on education and literacy. So what I'm saying is, are we looking to expand the workforce to that type of level? You picking up what I'm putting down? You understand? No? You lost?
That type of level.
Okay, cool. Let me break it down. All right. Whenever we're looking at data collection, whenever you're looking at workforce, we're looking at what workforce we have now, but also in the future workforce. Are we looking at a different education level? Are we looking at a younger level? What type of workforce are we trying to attract? I think if we implement that, that'll make what we're doing a little bit more, mainstream. Follow me now? No? Still, whoop, okay. If I'm trying to, the other day, we were talking about, healthcare in Georgia and how, and I know you serve on a lot of the health boards, so you understand, and Ms. Chair, you worked in the health field for a long time. The issue we have in Georgia when we dealing with healthcare, sometimes it's the providers, because a doctor here makes 100,000. I'm just throwing out a number, but then you go over the line and make 150. Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go over the line. So what I'm saying is, whenever we're looking at the data collection, what are we comparing? And what type of workforce are we looking at for the future?
So it sounds to me like you're speaking more on the recruiting end.
On both ends, right,
Okay.
right.
Well, having a strong pay structure helps with recruiting.
It's
But
more,
the
it's
recruiting
more than just,
effort-
it's more than just money, especially now with that millennial, trust me. It's money, yes, it tracks, but also.
Work-life balance.
Na-
Right, but I'm only speaking in that
Okay,
specific area of compensation, which I agree is only one factor of recruitment and retention. I agree with you there. But that's not what Dr. Condrey is gonna come in and do.
okay.
That's something,
Commissioner Gillard, you were right.
oh,
No, what I'm saying is, we keep doing this, but we understand that we have to keep increase. And I feel like this board, we've always, every year with budget, what we make sure is that we take care of our workforce. Like I said, the only time we didn't was when I first got on, and we was going through the struggles, and I remember that vividly. But since we've had that opportunity, we have. So, what I'm saying is, whenever we looking at these pay scale studies, what's the bigger picture? I mean, with all due respect, you could put these numbers in and get on ChatGPT in 2026, and it'll give you everything you need. So what I'm saying is, what I think the biggest part, when we're looking at the pay structure, what are we looking at for the future growth? And you pull the data, you know, with the different, with the millennials and the baby boomers. I think the baby boomers is almost 8%. And again, the difference in, with all due respect, the baby boomers, y'all stayed on jobs for 40, 50 years. Millennials not doing it. So what I'm saying is, and even when you showed the difference in how many people left the county,
right.
Some people don't leave just to leave. I promise you that. And I think you in HR, you know that. Like, the people, this new generation is different. And I think what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that we don't need to pay for this, but we need to make sure that what we're looking for. I mean, just looking at from the monies,
Right.
I mean, we could scale that. That's scalable.
Well, let me mention this to you, is one of the things Mr. Mosley and I have talked about bringing into this project, which we haven't before, are specific career progression pathways. Because nowadays, I mean, people want measured targeted growth.
Mhm.
Like, here, give me a way to get there and move up in the organization, instead of, well, I'm gonna wait 20 years till my boss retires. And I've, you know, and Ms. Hunter agrees with this too. I mean, there's studies about that. That's what keeps people at jobs. You give them a pathway to move up and
Opportunities.
grow.
By far.
Right. And, you know, we don't have our pension anymore. We have the 401A, which it's a great retirement plan, and it's portable, and it's got advantages to that. And it's more with the modern way of people spending 5 to 7 years, if you're lucky, at your organization before moving on. That's why I mentioned succession planning is important to us, because we're losing, you know, when somebody walks out after 30 years, have you captured what they know? So that is one of the things we're going to bring to Dr. Condrey, is having the career ladders. So
Right.
when you come in, you know you need to get this certification and work this number of years, and you're gonna be a senior clerk or a clerk 2, 3, 4, you know, whatever it is that we
Okay,
decide to do.
right. Ms. Chair, that's the only thing I was saying. I just, you know, if we just getting strictly numbers for, okay, for your position or, you know, the different departments, then, I mean.
I see what you mean now, and that
Okay.
is something that we're going to.
Right. How
uh,
detailed, like you said.
Leverage in this study, yes.
Absolutely. All right, thank you.
Laura, whenever he looks at this, I assume that he does look at the job description and if, you know, education, you know, if it needs, requires a
Certifications.
degree and that type of thing. That He looks at that also.
He does, and he'll work with the department heads on that to determine what level of education is needed for, if it's an entry-level position or
Right.
something more specialized. Or do they need to get it within 6 months or a year?
Mm-hmm.
Works with
We
the
can go
department
from
heads
there.
on that, and we did a lot of that work on job descriptions with the 2023 paper.
Okay, that's right. Mm-hmm.
And now we've gotten into much better practice as we post jobs. We're looking at them for updates. So,
Laura, how many job descriptions roughly off the top of your head you think have changed since the last study?
have about 350. They continually get minor tweaks. The only ones I would see changing is if with the career ladders, we would have to make some intermediate, new job descriptions.
Well, I just hope that we don't run into the same problem that we did with the last one. Remember with the, one of our departments. Mr. Moses probably, he was just coming in during that time. I don't want to go into
You had
details,
some,
but.
for lack of a better word, appeals, remember that?
Right, we did offer some appeals, but, yes, but we have to remind everybody that we're looking at a large county, and there is something called internal equity. So when you state your major duties and all of those components on the job description, that's what they're measuring.
All right, question since you said that. Let's say you come in, he comes in and he selects who he wants to sit down with. And that person puts down their job description. Where does it go from there? But straight back to him, or does it come back to admin? And then go to Dr. Condrey?
Is the person sitting down with them the department head?
Is that the only person he sits down with, the department head?
This last time, yes.
Okay.
And
So
they-
let's say
they go-
you are my department head and you put down something concerning me, but I don't know what you put down. How does that go?
Talking about like job description?
Yeah.
When we finalized all the job descriptions, we sent them to all the departments to review.
And that's what you used that's information provided to the,
Right, we provided them to the departments, provided them to the employees, and then that's when we offered the 90-day appeal period. And the employees got a chance to see the finalized version of their job description and the pay, and then come and ask any questions.
at Liberty Region, we had to
The
sign ours to saying this is what we do every
Right,
day.
and now with Paylocity, we're able to build the job descriptions in to the system and associate them with each employee. So I don't think the visibility is turned on there yet, but we could do that. Or make it part of the, basically, we take the job posting and base it on the job description. So when they apply for a job, they're getting all the information.
All right. Go
Right,
ahead.
But I understand what Commissioner Stevens is saying about that. That's why, I think this is needed. You know, I think us as a county, you know, we've always tried to make sure and strive that the foundation, which is you all, are, you know, taking care of it to our best of our ability. I just want to make sure that it's not just a regular old study, that don't come back and just say, okay, well, this is what we need. Like, prime example, and Commissioner Thrift just said it as well, like, you know, if, say, for instance, a baby boomer is retiring, right? And then a millennial comes with, you know, whenever that job description first was initiated, you might have only needed a high school diploma. But then a millennial comes in with maybe 3 or 4 years worth of experience, but with a bachelor's and master's, where do you start them at whenever they have the education? Which whoever gets the education, you want to be compensated for your education. Where do you go? Because I know for a fact we have some positions right now where somebody was replaced and they're making less than the other person, their predecessor. And I think you know that as well because you are in HR. So what I'm saying is that something that we're going to consider as well?
We could ask Dr. Condrey to come up with a system such as that, where they get extra steps for education experience, but that's going to come down to the budget and what they would project that would cost to implement.
And I agree 100%. But the reason why we're doing this, which you said earlier, is retention. So if
recruitment.
There you go. So what I'm saying is those are questions that I know that if you're 45 and younger and those are things that matters, you know? Because again, 401ks and all, you know, that either transfer or you start another one.
Mosley?
Keep it going.
Mr. Chair, to answer Commissioner Stevens' question, the department head would have to sign off on that particular job description. You could have cases where there is some bias in that process, but what's good about Dr. Condrey is they've worked with enough job description over the years, they can tell pretty much what the duties of a particular position are. And that's where their wisdom, institutional knowledge come into place.
And one other question for you, Ms. Laura. Is there any other company around in the area that could do this same study?
UGA has a group.
Carl Vinson.
So,
Carl Vinson.
so Dr. Condrey pull out from UGA?
He
retired.
a few
He
decades
retired.
ago.
20 years.
So he retired with the information of Liberty County.
With his education, I guess.
One thing I wanted to say is, I'm hearing a lot about job descriptions and different things, and doing this study. Everything ain't isolated just to a job description. A lot of people are doing way more than just their job description, or they getting compensated like they should.
Right.
You know,
Tell me what you found out about other companies that do this.
One of the things, I'm glad that question was asked, there are a bunch of companies that do that. A lot of companies, you know, they're starting prices in the 100,000s. And it's ironic, when we were doing this, it was a question came across the listserv, and people were asking, okay, who are somebody good that you recommend to do a job description? UGA and Condrey Associates were the two that was consistent that the people were responding to. Statesboro, not Statesboro, but Bullitt County just paid Archer Associates, and I guarantee it was over $100,000. It's very lucrative to do these types of studies.
Chairman, so this study would include rewriting job descriptions?
Yes, sir.
If needed. Adding any new ones.
See old Clinton sitting out there. I mean, I can't imagine his job description changing. I mean, he does everything.
I think it's all on there.
It's not on there? Yeah, okay.
No, we egging him on.
Well, when you sit down with Dr. Condrey, make sure you update him.
Don't be egging him on.
No, Mr. Chairman, I got to run in a minute, but I do want to say, I think we did
I think
talk
she's
about this.
about done, Laura?
Well, I just wanted to say this. It was one of those slides in there. Back up, Laura. Right there where you had 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 on both sides. And you referred to the right side as
5, 6, 7.
as 5. as 5, 6, 7.
That's not
And
how it
so,
was
and
on
my,
my
my,
copy.
my question was
Nathan did something
was,
with
was,
my-
the, was the 3 on the right the same as 7? But that's a joke.
That's what I interpret.
No, my question, when we talked about this last month, and I think the question was, we've done these studies before. Dr. Conrad or somebody has done them before. And I guess, and I'm just imagining this, it may not be the case, that once he get finished, he gives us a report, you know.
Right.
Yes. And, which is kind of like a recipe. And then one of those slides say that we do them every 3 to 5 years. And if someone did, and I was just thinking, if someone did a study 3 years ago, and then in 2019, what's the 2029, it's time to do another study, you have that recipe. And, you know, so you go back to that and you kind of do the same thing. That was just my thought. But then you had a list, I mean, a laundry list of reasons why it need to be done by somebody else, and reasons why we can't do it. And I just thought that, you know, we've been through this process several times, probably, and I've been here probably 3 or 4 times since I was up here. And I guess what we're saying is that each time it's done, it's different. It's not the same report that you got from him 3 years ago. He's gonna give you a whole nother report from a salary study, a different report.
The outline of the report would be the same, but he's going through a whole new process of collecting the most current salary data from all the different sources that we outline.
But I mean, that's what he's gonna tell you, that's what he's doing, but how does he do that? I mean, with magic?
No. They reach out to all those organizations personally.
Same ones he reached out to 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Right, that's why he has all those relationships with all these different communities. He does this
But
across the
there's,
country.
I guess there's a big change in 3 years, so when he does it today, and in 2029, when he does it again, there's something totally different. So he's gonna do that in 3 years.
It's the same methodology that he's used. It's really updating the numbers. And we don't really delve into all the background data. That's not in his report. It's basically a summary report with the different options and costs for the board.
I mean, you know, and I think we all want the best for our employees. I mean, you know, so if a study done by whoever, including us, could make things better for our employees, then I think we're all for that. But I just didn't think that having Dr. Steve here to do a study that he's done time and time and time again to tell us what we probably could be able to refer to, or that we should probably already know. But maybe it is more to it than that. If we get him, and if y'all don't mind, I'd like to come in and see how he make the sausage.
I was going to say, we don't know how the sausage is made.
Well,
And then see when
but he's not the only sausage.
That's his secret.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not the only sausage maker.
You know? I mean, it's like
He's
KFC chicken,
economical,
man. You know how many spices, but
yeah.
But Laura,
leave it at that.
something I thought you would say, Mr. Mosley, the study done 3 years ago, from that data, things could easily have changed. What
yes, sir.
Statesboro paid in 2023, they could be paying something different now. Then we'll know, okay, we're getting out of kilter because Statesboro, Willard County, Wayne County, now they're paying this.
That is correct, sir. They've been through studies and they've increased it to meet their market. So everybody has done it.
Doesn't stay the
And
same,
that's a good
yeah.
point, and the one I was thinking of.
But that's how the
We're all
market keeps
trying to
moving.
stay slightly ahead of each
We're
other.
sure,
Yeah.
we're sure.
And that's how the market keeps moving.
Mhm, that is. All right.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, any other questions? Thank you.
so wait a minute. So behind this study, if you are still here at the next go-around, you should be able to do it yourself, right?
No.
Oh, it's gonna be different.
Want to be
Every 3
buying.
years, it's gonna be different.
Unless you want to send me to become an expert.
And What was the price 3 years ago for the study?
32.
32.
Even that's different.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah. Yeah. The scale moves.
I'm betting in 3 years it's gonna be 40.
Oh, man. All right, we've been here a long time.
I do have to go.
I want to, Chair, entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we approve the MOU with Steve Condrey and Associates.
Second, with all the details.
All in
I'll beat you
favor?
to the second.
With all the details.
Laura hit a home run. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Mr. Wells. He didn't hear you.
Mr. Wells.
That man said, hey.
Hey, Gary.
She still didn't hear you.
Hey, listen, in a few minutes, the only, AME's gonna get all the way here. I took that.
Mr. Wells.
Evening, Chairman, Commissioners.
Yes, sir.
We sent out sealed bids for the replacement of our front-load garbage trucks. We got some prices back from two different vendors. On the one we got. The low bid was Samsung Equipment out of Statesboro for $394,950. That was the low bid. It is in the CIP, a budgeted item, and come in under budget.
You checked all the boxes?
Samsung is SWAT. They brought out SWAT.
Yeah, I know, I just, I know that.
We're familiar with that vendor, obviously.
Sorry?
We're familiar with that vendor,
Yes,
obviously.
yes, we use them all the time. We, primary vendors.
Chair, entertain a motion then, Commissioner.
So,
Chairman.
yep, that, second,
I
yep.
make a motion. I make a motion, we approve.
I second it.
Further discussion. All in favor, show your hands, please. All right, sir.
Thank y'all.
What's the turnaround time on the delivery?
He's actually got it on the yard. He's got to
Oh,
send it
what'd
and
you
have the
say?
body painted blue to match the rest of ours and
Yeah.
ready to go.
And I'm assuming we have the money. I guess it's too late to ask
He-
that question.
He answered that.
I know.
Yeah. Says
I can't hear it over my stomach right now, you know, but.
Wait a minute now.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Mr. Mosley, your report?
No,
No.
we got, no.
Man, we on the second page now.
Wait a minute. Oh, God.
We took that,
It's still people in the audience, so I know.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, you know what? Somebody didn't give me the second page.
Okay. Yeah.
Did y'all talk that long?
Chief Deputy Hagan.
Come on, Chief.
Miss Chair, I was gonna
Chief,
say.
he
I'm not
about to
trying
go
overstep,
sleep.
But I was gonna invite him up. Here it goes, right here. The MOU, that we discussed.
We working night shift, Chief.
Good afternoon, commissioners, visitors that are left. I just want to clear one thing
Go back a
real
moment.
quick. Since it was mentioned, and we are live here, that the sheriff's department look at giving pay raises. The ones that we do give, we do it within, we find creative ways within our budget. We have not come to the commission to ask for monies, to the sheriff, do everything he can to work within his budget, because that's part of retention. The market is constantly changing, but thank you for allowing me to make that quick
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
clarification.
That's not just you, that's other departments too.
But I'm here tonight to come before you all to bring the 2026-2027 MOU between the school board and the county commissioners for the SRO program. The contract didn't change much from last year's contract. We did up 2 SROs. We have 2 supervisors, a lieutenant and a sergeant, then 7 deputies in the schools. We have 2 in each high school. And then what we did was looked at the plan to use dual resources, like at the middle schools, have that officer cover the elementary schools that are attached as well. I'm the sheriff, and I firmly believed in combined resources. And from that, we were able to save the board from last budget approximately $900,000. And so they were able to cut that from the SRO board as a result of us shifting and cutting some of the positions. So
You said save 900,000?
Yes.
Nice.
So you just need approval for this year?
Ma'am,
You just need approval for this year for this
that's
agreement?
correct.
That's all?
Yes, the school board
Oh, the
has
school board.
gone before the board, and it's
Right.
been approved by them,
So
but
they
we
just
need
wait
your
on our side.
approval.
Yes.
And as, you know, for those who don't know, only thing that costs the county commissioners or the county taxpayers is from the, you all basically pay out the salaries to the officers and fully reimbursed by the school board.
Chief, does that includes a benefit for them too, right?
Benefits,
Okay,
everything,
that's what I
there's
thought.
No monies by.
Okay. Now, and how many, what's your total overall bill out for all of the SROs? Was it,
Total cost,
no, person, per person?
Personnel,
How many?
like
oh,
16,
that's what I'm
17.
saying, we have
16.
Nine
we have
now.
9 with 2 supervisors, 7 daily operation. Your supervisors roam the different schools, but also maintain all the documentation
If
that's
you say the
required.
full implementation, how many will it be? When y'all got full implementation?
What's your expectation to get
Well,
everybody?
Of course, we looked at 15.
Okay, that's
being
what I- that's-
total, and
okay.
that's what was funded. And then instead of funding that full 15, we said, let's go with 9. We cut back to, instead of having that money sitting out there, that was able to go back to the board.
And that's the $900,000 that you just stated, that
That's
is saved,
correct.
right? Which is a win-win on both sides, and more importantly for the taxpayers. But we appreciate you. I think we already made a motion in a second already, but more, well, we really did. But more importantly, you know, just being out there today, you know, at the schools, just seeing the safety that I felt. You know, even, you know, over at Bradwell, they had the metal detectors. The deputies were out there. And again, for someone who has kids in the school system, you know, it made me feel safe where I know when my kids walk out the door, of course I pray. But hey, that's only a little bit, you know, but just to make sure, you know, the Bible says, you know, about works. And yeah, you got to work it.
Sound a little Baptist over there.
It sound a little Baptist over here, huh?
Yeah, you said you wanted to go home too.
Amen.
Chair, take the motion. We had a motion. Who made the motion?
Timmy made a motion.
I made a second.
Frazier second.
All right, all in favor then? All right. Thank you, Chief.
The commission, and I want to thank the school board publicly too. for
Absolutely.
the
We appreciate them.
relationship we have,
Right.
and for them approving that, because it helps to keep our kids safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you for hanging there with us.
And love y'all uniforms, man. Pretty spiffy. We ready?
Mr. Chair and members of the board, this is a house cleaning item. As you know, it's very important for us to have people to sign off on ordinances when things go, when Steve goes to, when Mr. Marrero goes to court, he has to have somebody to sign off on the codes. And right now, Maria is the only one that's authorized, and what we're requesting is to authorize the individual's name in there, namely me, Ms. Hunter, and also Ms. Radcliffe, to be able to sign codes for staff as they go to court.
Sounds good.
Okay. Need a motion on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Good. All in favor? All right.
Next item on the agenda, Mr. Chair, is a resolution. We're not going to read it, but basically, EPD is doing some reorganization. But in our region, Mr. Phil Odom has been on the State Water Policy Council for a long time, and he would like to be re-nominated by Liberty County to maintain on that. He's done a great job, and he's been outspoken and been a great advocate for Liberty County and water resources in the area. So
Still over there?
He is.
I make that motion, Chairman.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Mr. Odom, you're reappointed.
Mr. Everything Water, I appreciate you, sir.
next item, Mr. Chair, is a item Basically, it says that when elected officials, and that's all elected officials, when they leave office, they can elect to take their tablet, phone, and phone number with them at the end of their office. And when they take it with them, they'll be responsible, they'll coordinate with our IT department, and basically they will be responsible for going to their whatever selection they want in terms of service, and they will renew the service through a new provider. And should they not, they would simply turn it over to IT, and that's all this particular policy is. And it is a amendment to our information security usage policy.
Smith,
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for approval.
Second.
second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Oh, we already made second? Okay, cool.
All right, Date Funds Committee?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we had two
F.
F,
This one.
contract with Minuteman Security.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to ask my IT director and also.
My hands are tied.
Now, I also asked the other gentleman, Mr. Jesse, to accompany him, and they're going to do a presentation.
Good evening, everybody. This is why I wore the suit. Coming for you, coming for you tonight. This is kind of a unique project. Try to think the best way to explain it. So we have 13 county buildings that have physical access security systems in them, with 3 different security access system controllers. The largest being our Justice Center, Courthouse, and Courthouse Annex. That system was put in when the Justice Center was built, and the system has reached the end of its life. I don't want to go into a whole lot of details what's going on, but we reached out to our longtime security vendor, Minuteman, who used to be Adaptasoft, who has put in physical security systems, camera systems, and for the county to recommend different systems that can come in and unify and connect all 13 buildings to one system. We currently have 3. Just to kind of explain, when we hire a fireman, we have to put the fireman in 2 different systems. When we hire a deputy, we have to put the deputy in 3 different systems to be able to get into the buildings. For y'all to get into this building, go into one building. If you want to come into one system, if you want to come into my building, we got to put you into another system. So we asked Minuteman to come up with some companies that could handle 13 buildings and all the access control readers that we do have in those buildings, and to recommend some systems that would handle it. We got a small committee together, myself, administration, the sheriff's office, building maintenance, there was somebody else in there, 911 and EMA, to evaluate the systems, and we settled on the Genetec system for the system that we need, that would meet our needs. And it had the features that we liked. It was able to unify and connect all the buildings together. We will have to replace some hardware in some buildings. Some of the newer buildings that we've just completed, they will be able to reflash the little boxes that control the doors to the new software that will work with this. So we won't have to physically replace some of the hardware, but most of the hardware we will have to replace. And let's see here. And we were able to do that for $701,000. And we're asking the board to approve that. So as far as funding goes, $460,000 of this was earmarked in the capital improvement budget. Yeah, trying to make sure I say that right. Was earmarked in the capital improvement budget, which was approved by the commission. And Ms. Richardson has identified funds, I'm not really sure where, but she has identified funds that are existing to pay for the additional $241,000 of the project. So this would be paid for, we don't have to lease anything, but would be paid for and would not require a budget adjustment.
Where did Samantha find the funds?
From the bond money.
And what money?
Bond money.
It's a very good system. We got our Minuteman representative here who will be handling the installation, maintenance, and all of that, and Ms. Laura, who's the financing and put the quote together, sales, and put the quote together if you have any questions. This is a security matter, so it kind of might be a little vague on a couple of things, but any questions?
Where did you get your suit from? I mean, vague. I mean, seriously, with others, we really should be openly discussing a lot of that questions.
That's what we.
Right.
That's
so-
why he's speaking vaguely, sir.
Yeah, and that's why I just asked about a suit. Let's just,
You trying to?
right, let's just keep it moving.
It would be I'll answer your questions offline that you may have if you want some
Just
specifics.
out of curiosity, I'm ready to go home too. Health department would not be one of the buildings?
Yes, sir.
So when they go over there, how,
You would need another card.
okay.
This handles all 3 courthouses, 3 fire stations, 3 EMS buildings, the gates at Public Works, the IT, 911, EMA building.
Okay.
That's the center, and, the 3 courthouses.
How long do you think this will last?
It,
10, 15, 20 years?
One of the reasons we went with this system was for future growth and expandability. So as
There
we
you
add
go.
new buildings, as we determine that we want this door to have access control on it, this system can scale out and do
We
that.
can add on to it.
That was
Okay.
really the only question I really had.
And that was the problem. The current system, all 3 systems that we currently have, we cannot do that. They're old, they've reached their end of the life, and finding the parts is a problem.
And how long will it take to implement this? Thereabouts?
As soon as you check clear.
Depending on how you wanted to schedule it.
Within 3-6 months, you could have it all switched out? We got the money. He's found the money.
And it's really work around the court systems and
Yep.
people coming in. We'd have to work around the evening hours for all of that to
And then,
act.
right,
Yeah.
and then everyone would get another badge or whatever. Or most of them would. Could we reuse?
I would suggest the new badges, but you can reuse some of the badges that you have, but I would suggest possibly.
Who in this area has the
cleaning up
system?
your system too.
Oh goodness, Glenn County has it. I've talked with them. They said don't go leave and look at anybody else. I've asked some other counties. I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But there are.
But
there are
Wayne
other
County has
counties,
it.
But Glenn County is one of the big ones. Yeah. Do you know of any other counties?
Well, so, yeah, they actually have this over in Atlanta, and Fulton County, so, and I'll tell you, it's, with you guys being, with all the stuff, this is a system that's built more for, like a cyber secure. I don't know if you guys have heard what's going on with like Newton County and what's going on with surrounding counties in Georgia right now, but they're holding these counties for ransom, and this system is built around that to prevent that stuff from happening. So there is a lot of counties in Atlanta that do use Genetec. We are now finding that more schools are actually going to Genetec for that very reason.
Clint, who will actually monitor or manage the system?
So this system, the way it's done now, is managed by like different people. This system will be integrated in with our network security. So when we create a user, when we set up your email, it'll put you in a department, and being in that department will give you the access that you need. When that person separates employment or is separated, it removes that access instantly.
So there's no one particular
Again,
person that you can get, say, manage the whole entire system for the county?
again,
Well, you
with
It
the,
would be IT. Yeah.
Oh, okay, oh, okay, okay.
but, Mr. Chair, again, you know, if we can, just keep the questions limited, you know, whenever you're dealing with, I mean, on a serious note, whenever you're dealing with, man, let me tell you all about scammers, man.
We going home now.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm just saying, let's just listen. Whenever they make a whole song now about scammers, yeah, y'all. I know y'all probably don't listen to that station, but there's a whole song out there about how they spin it. So in other words, if we can just not ask too many questions about
We
security
will get
on a
all that
serious
worked
note.
out.
Thank you.
And what I'm asking for tonight is for the board to approve, you were the chairman.
Authorized chairman.
Authorize the chairman to sign a contract for the $701,000 purchase contingent upon the county attorney approving the contract.
I got one question that, you said that funding is available.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'm ready for a motion. I make that motion, Chairman.
Second.
Motion and a second, that we approve the request as presented. Any further discussion? Think we had plenty. All in favor, show of hands. All right, thank you, Mrs. Stanton. Look forward to enhancement of our security system.
Didn't he say that's a minimum 10-year investment?
All right. Now am I ready? Item G?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The committee has met and reviewed the applications. We've had one each for the date fund, and the applicant is the Liberty County Boys and Girls Club submitted an application, and we agreed to approve. The amount requested was $5,000. That would be my motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Motion second, we approve the allocation of the funds to Liberty County Boys and Girls Club. I see Ms. Edna Hyman.
Hey.
Oh, no one.
All in favor, show of hands, please. All right, your
And-
second.
Yes, sir. Also, the Liberty County Boys and Girls Club submitted application for the opioid settlement fund for $20,000. These funds are available, and I would make a motion, we approve the application for $20,000.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I got it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Discussion.
Since you're sitting out there, Ms. Green, got one question. I know a while back, you were connected with the Boys and Girls Club in Savannah, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you still connected with them? So this funds will be used only for Liberty County?
Absolutely. And not just because we're asking for it for Liberty County. It's because Savannah is now having to help us because the
Yeah.
demand is so great, we can't keep it.
Okay, so you about,
They help it up with bus, sometimes they help us with budget, it's, I didn't know.
okay.
And already we have 54 kids in Georgia not open yet.
Okay.
Some of the kids that we picked up last year, our buses can't pick them up. Cass County tried
Had to come all the
give
way.
us uses of their buses. And we got word out, different places saying, can you help us get a bus, can you help us get another bus? About the type of time, but I'm more than grateful, thank you, and I will spread the word all over county.
All right. Not a problem. Okay.
You want to make a comment?
They got motion.
Comment before we vote?
Y'all got a motion? We need a vote.
Vote.
Commissioner, you can do it, I'll let you do so, just make the statement.
It, on what we're talking about here, I'd just like to make it known to the taxpayers that, without going into great detail, but this is not actually tax money that's coming
Right.
from the taxpayer.
Right.
And I just want to make that clear. This is money that's been settled from the different court cases and different things that goes back into the system. As plain as I know how to explain it.
You did a good job, sir.
I just asked you that if I read item G without being here, I would assume that all this is date funds. You need to make the notation that the 20,000 is opiate,
Yes, sir, okay.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Just for clarity. Okay. All in favor? All right. Thank you, Ms. Edna, for what you do in the community.
A whole lot more than me, sir.
And your team.
Oh, yeah, Councilman Kelly as well.
Yeah.
She's not here, but she, I know she works hard over there.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Chair, quickly, EMA Bob received a final check for $33,649.86 for the remaining Hurricane Helene projects. He's waiting to get some money from Category Z. Under finances, we are assembling the actors that you heard the other day, talk about the water reclamation facility, the financing of that. And also, I noted, I'd share with Chairman is that we're eligible to receive $130,000 from the TREE Act.
Right.
That money is sitting there. I was contacted by ACCG to apply for those funds, and Samantha and I are gonna sit down and we're gonna put together the application, and we'll bring back a resolution, because that's one of the requirements at the next commission meeting to get that completed, and we will apply for those funds. Commissioner Stevens was alluding to on the landfill, we received a letter from EPD from an inspection that was done on March the 4th, 2026, and it highlights several issues that need to be resolved. Larry Myers, who's our environment engineer, has worked with Clinton Wells to address those issues, and he's going to submit a letter, and we're going to send it to EPD to show how we plan to mitigate other areas. Y'all just went over security for the annex. One of the things that came out, and I was talking to Mr. Payne was, we got our preliminary DOS sales tax ratio, and it looked good. I'm asking Keith to come to the work session and to talk about it in details, but they're within range, and they were at 38%. He said normally they like to see 36 to 42%, so we're in that good sweet spot, but he's gonna come and explain that in detail. Also, in your packet is a notification for the city of Riceboro. They wanna do some annexation, and particularly, it involves land owned by the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church there, and they wanna build some houses there.
New Zion.
I'm about to
New
say.
Zion, I'm sorry, New Zion.
Man, listen, Mount Zion, yeah, we're not selling that.
New Zion,
On our part.
that's on E.B. Cooper Road, and one of the things they noted in the in the request was we had to protest that we had facilities in the area, and we do not have any kind of.
We don't have
facilities
any.
there. And last thing I want to note, Mr. Chair, is that we have a ribbon cutting for our new EMS station on September 3rd at 9:00 a.m.
At the next meeting, will you bring us up to date on item 1? Or did you do it just now?
Let me.
You want-
we'll have
okay,
another
gotcha,
meeting, and
gotcha.
I'll bring you up to date on item.
Okay, good.
I know you and Commissioner Thrift and Blunt are doing that, so yes, sir, we'll dig a little deeper. We got another meeting.
All right.
Oh, and just real quick, I appreciate the support with, for our STEM, day camp that we had. We had, 30 participants, and, we're looking at bringing it back, in the spring. Of course, you know, the commission, that's part of our whole youth, initiative, and it was sold out in what, 2 days? No, yeah, 1 day, so.
And Mr. Mosley,
Appreciate it.
just for the rest of the board, we do have some of us have a meeting scheduled on the 10th.
Thank you, sir, thank you, sir. For our county workshop, talk to Maria, she's got rooms, and what she wanna do is make sure from you guys, all you guys planning to go, and if y'all are, we're gonna complete your application so we can submit and pay the registration fees. So is everybody here going? Commissioner Frazier?
Yeah, I responded.
Well, she's been out of pocket, and we're trying to.
My bad.
Yeah.
We're trying to make sure everything.
Yeah, I was actually talking about the 10th that we meet on the project in Riceboro. And
On August 10th.
Oh, is that?
I mean, August
Is that
10th,
the
and
rate
then,
thing? The
So,
building?
we'll send the time out.
It's 5 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
So what Commissioner Stevens is alluding to, we're meeting with the pastors and concerned citizens around the roundabout at SR 119 and Barrington Ferry as we get ready to plan that roundabout. So we're going to be meeting with them out in the field.
Right.
To look at it one more time. So that's what he's alluding to.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right. Good. The agenda, that's just a carryover from last time, executive session. We don't have anything.
No, sir, we will talk about that later, but yes, sir. We're good, we're good.
We're good. All right. Let's go home. Chair, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. All in favor? Yeah. Patrick, we got our money?